Hello, good afternoon. My name's Richard. This is over and over and over again. We had a few technical issues there, actually. I'm not quite sure what was going on. We couldn't get started. There seemed to be a lot of feedback and everything like that. But we've managed to sort it out. We are here. It is Arsenal versus Manchester United from the Premier League. It is going to be a big, big game, this. Let's see what happens coming up the other side of this. Gabriel Martinelli is now with Granit Xhaka. Is it going to be the third goal? It is the third goal. Granit Xhaka with it. That seals it. So it seems that the technical issues are over with. We are live, and it is Arsenal versus Manchester United from the Emirates, of course, this afternoon. Now we do have the team news in for you. You've probably seen it already, but I will put it on the screen. We will just go through it. So Arsenal then, as expected, really make no changes to the side. Obviously, that won last week. So it is Aaron Ramsdale in goal, the back four: Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel and Alexander Zinchenko. The three midfield: Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka and Martin Odegaard. And then the front three is Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, either side of Eddie Nketiah. So Leandro Trossard is on the bench. So will he make his debut later on this afternoon? I think a lot of that may well depend on how the game's going, but it'd be great to see him. He is on the bench. The rest of the bench is Matt Turner, Kieran Tierney, Rob Holding, Takehiro Tomiyasu, Sambi Lokonga, Fabio Vieira, Manquillos and Emil Smith-Rowe, plus I say Leandro Trossard. So for Manchester United, then this is how they line up. It is David De Gea in goal. They're back for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez and Luke Shaw. In midfield, Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen. Then just ahead of them, it's Bruno Fernandes, Anthony and Marcus Rashford. And they have got Wout Weghorst up front for Manchester United. On the bench for them is Tom Heaton, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Fred, Kobe Mainu, Tyrell Malacia, Fernando Pellistri, Anthony Elanga and Alessandra Garnacho. So that's how the teams line up then for this game this afternoon. It is a very, very big game, isn't it? Manchester United, as we know, haven't lost for a while. We haven't lost for a while. Our only defeat all season in the Premier League, of course, did come in the away fixture, didn't it, at Old Trafford, as we know. A game that we was maybe unlucky to lose, wasn't we? I think we all know that. And revenge is on the cards today. Of course, Manchester United, as we know, Manchester City, sorry, as we know, have beaten Wolves. Of course, earlier on this afternoon, a hat-trick for Erling Haaland there. So we come into this game with just 2 points clear at the top before kickoff. But we do have two games in hand, of course, on Manchester City. One, of course, is now. So really important that we get the win and the result here to get that lead back at the top again. But it isn't going to be easy, is it? We know what a good run Manchester United are on. So we shall see. We've got Nathan in the chat. Richard, hi, Richard. Hope you're well. Score prediction. It's a tough one, isn't it? To predict. Obviously, I'm expecting Arsenal to win. But I think it's going to be a really, really difficult game, a really tight game. We know how Manchester United will play. They'll soak up the pressure, look to catch us on the break. Maybe similar to what Newcastle did here back in our last home game in the Premier League. So it is going to be interesting, isn't it, to see how the game goes. I think we'll win. I'll go 2-1. I think Man United will score, but I do think we'll win 2-1. So that's what I'm predicting today. What did you think, mate? What's your score prediction there? Terry says, afternoon, Richard, looking forward to this one. Need to win this or at worst a draw, but I'm confident 4-1. Wow, okay, that's a good prediction there from Terry. He's really confident, isn't he? 4-1. I'm not quite sure. I'm quite as confident as 4-1, but I do think we will shade it on the day. But it would be a hell of a result for Manchester United, wouldn't it? They beat Manchester City last week. If they were to beat Arsenal today, then I think we would have to say they are in the title race. And, all the pundits that's been saying that they are, I think they would be proved right, wouldn't they, if Man United win this game today. But if Arsenal win, that gives us real big distance, doesn't it, ahead of Manchester United. And I think that could be really, really important as we move towards the business end of the season. Nathan has gone 2-1 as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident it'll be 2-1. And the teams are just coming out now onto the pitch at the Emirates. Arsenal, of course, in our home kit, as you would expect, the red shirts, white shorts, with obviously white sleeves, white shorts and red socks. Manchester United have got black tracksuit top on. It looks like they might well be in their black and white kit, actually. They've got black shorts on and white socks. I'm not quite sure. I think they've got white tops on, actually. So they're wearing their white kit, their white away kit. They've not lost for a while, have they? Their run of 9 wins in a row came to an end in midweek against Crystal Palace, when Crystal Palace scored in the very last minute to get a draw in that game. So they'll be disappointed in that result there, but I'm sure they'll come here today confident of getting a result. But of course, at home, we've been very, very impressive, haven't we? Just those 2 points dropped against Newcastle, of course, in our last home game in the Premier League at the beginning of January. So we're looking to, end that little run of not winning. So we need to bounce back today, get the victory, and I'm confident that we will. We've got a usual team, and of course we've got Trossard on the bench to come on maybe later on to make his debut, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Very, very good player. He's a sort of signing that we've mentioned, haven't we, on the show about, he's a sort of player that we need, because he is he's the right age that we need, a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, played in the Premier League, knows what it's all about. And he's a sort of player that could help us in these sort of tight games. If it's 0-0 with 15 minutes to go, or it's 1-1, whatever it might be, Trossard's a sort of player that can come off the bench and win us the game. And that's something that we've been lacking, haven't we? We haven't had enough players on the bench that can do that. That's why we drew with Newcastle for that reason. We haven't had them options on the bench, have we? But we have now. We've certainly got him and Smith Rowe today as well to come on and to make a difference. It's interesting, isn't it? That Man United have started with about Weghorst up front. Now, is that because they maybe feel that that's our weakness? He's a big lad, isn't he? Good in the air. Do they feel that that's our weakness, or that's what they bought him for, obviously, to play in these sort of games? So we'll see what happens. I think that's quite interesting, though. Nathan says they've got to keep a close eye on Rashford, though. Yeah, of course. I mean, Rashford's going to be the danger, isn't he? At the minute, he's bang on form, and he's going to be the main threat, isn't he? But I do think Weghorst, with his height and his aerial presence, is going to be a danger. Plus, as well, of course, Christian Eriksen in midfield. If we give him time on the ball, he's going to be able to pick them passes, isn't he? And that could prove to be a problem for us as well. So we need to watch him as well, don't we? Terry says Xhaka and Partey running the show. Trossard to score on his debut. Yeah, of course, if you remember, all those years ago when we signed Freddie Ljungberg, he came off the bench and scored on his debut against Manchester United, didn't he? That was at Highbury, of course, in a game that we won 3-0. A much better Manchester United side back in them days, of course, and a much better Arsenal side, let's be honest. But anyway, yeah, we'll always remember that debut, Freddie Ljungberg coming on and scoring against Manchester United. So maybe Trossard is destined to follow in his footsteps. They've maybe got similar qualities, haven't they, actually, Freddie Ljungberg and Leandro Trossard, I think. But we'll see how that works out. Obviously, Trossard's joining Arsenal at a different part of his career. Of course, Ljungberg was only in his early 20s when he joined. Anyway, we are just about to get off and underway at the Emirates. Manchester United in the white shirt, black shorts and white socks, are going to be attacking the goal to our left, which is the North Bank in the first half. Arsenal are saying red and white will be attacking the goal to our right at the clock end in this first half. We are just about to get off and underway here at the Emirates. A really big game, and we are Man United straight away in possession. Luke Shaw plays the ball back to Martinez, pops it in to Scott McTominay. Of course, no Casemiro tonight after he got booked against Crystal Palace during the week. We always felt that might be the case, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's not playing. It's who is playing that we need to worry about. And we're not really worried about. They need to worry about us, let's be honest. Terry said, love Freddie with his red hair. What a legend. He was brilliant, wasn't he? I remember that when he came on in that debut, we hadn't really heard him, had we? We didn't know too much about Freddie Ljungberg. He came on, scored that goal that day, and after that, we soon, realised what a fantastic footballer he was. And we're also coming forward straight away. Eddie Nketiah now plays it out to Granit Xhaka, plays it up the far side. Gabriel Martinelli just inside the Manchester United penalty area, tries to get a cross in. It's blocked by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Arsenal get a corner inside at the first minute. We've made a habit, haven't we, of starting games quickly, particularly at the Emirates. And we've started this game quickly as well. We've got a corner here very early on. Martinelli is going to take it over on that far side, right in front of those Manchester United fans behind that goal at the clock end. Can Arsenal get an early goal? We've played just over a minute. This corner's coming in now towards the near post. The poor corner, actually. Bruno Fernandes clears that away. And Manchester United looking for a counter-attack, but Arsenal do clear that away. Bukayo Saka there turns away from Christian Eriksen. He's done well. Bukayo Saka finds Thomas Partey on his near side. Plays it forward too. Bukayo Saka again gives it back to Thomas Partey. Now it's with Martin Ødegaard, the captain, plays the ball out to Alexander Zinchenko. Is he going to try a shot? No. Martinelli instead pulls it back. Martin Odegaard's shot blocked inside the penalty area there by Scott McTominay. And it's run behind. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. This has been a fast start there. That was Martin Odegaard's shot, which was blocked by Scott McTominay inside the penalty area. And he tried to thread the ball outside. It got deflected behind it. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal in front of the clock end. We've taken it quickly. The ball's played back to Zinchenko again over on that far side. Cuts back inside Zinchenko. Lovely ball into Granit Xhaka inside the penalty. Got a little bit of space. Pulls it across the shot on the near post. Thomas Partey it was. Gone just wide. What a fast start this has been from Arsenal. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant stuff here. Zinchenko over on that far side. Lovely ball into Granit Xhaka inside the penalty area. He pulled it back to the walls of near post. Thomas Partey was there on the edge of the 6-yard box, but fired it just wide of that near post. What a start that would have been. That would have really settled everyone down, wouldn't it? Terry says, come on, you Gunners. Good start indeed. It has been a very good start. But we're kind of used to this now, aren't we? It's the way we tend to start games generally, especially at the Emirates. But Manchester United won't be too worried yet. They're used to playing on the counter-attack, and they are coming forward now. Marcus Rashford up this near side. But it was William Saliba, who came across and got the tackle in. It is going to be a throw to Manchester United. Luke Shaw is going to take it right in front of the Arsenal dugout. Mikel Arteta's outside of his technical area again, where he likes to be. And that's the first time Marcus Rashford's really had the ball so far. And he wasn't able to get past William Saliba. But it is a throw. Luke Shaw's going to take this. Mikel Arteta's almost telling him where to take it from. But he does take it now, plays it forward up that line, looking for the run there of Weghorst, but Arsenal do manage to tidy that up, and now it's with Ben White on his near side. Oh, he took too long there. Marcus Rashford's pinched the ball off him. Rashford now again in possession. William Saliba's come across there. Ben White again, sorry, he's come across there. Rashford now in possession, still trying to get the ball into the box. Instead, he finds Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box. Martin Odegaard takes the ball off him, and now Arsenal got a chance for a counter-attack. It's been a very open start to this game. We've played 3.5 minutes. Martinelli now over on that far side. Gabriel Martinelli running at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's done well. Martinelli, can he get the crossing? He's just to the edge of the Man United penalty area. Tries to get past Wan-Bissaka. That's good defending, actually, you have to say, from the right back for Manchester United. They've now got a chance to come forward themselves with Anthony. Pops the ball off to Christian Eriksen, and he gets it back again. Eriksen over on that far side. Plays the ball in field to Weghorst. Just lays it off to Scott McTominay. And he plays it up this near side for Marcus Rashford, who's playing on the left for Manchester United, obviously, with Weghorst playing through the centre. Good play there from Bukayo Saka, but the ball falls to Luke Shaw. Drills across into the near post, but it's easily dealt with there by William Saliba. Christian Eriksen almost lost out there to Martin Odegaard. In fact, Martin Odegaard fouls him. The two Scandinavians there. The rivalry between Denmark and Norway. But it was Eriksen won that free kick. It was a good battle there. That might well be a good battle today, actually, between those two, Martin Odegaard and Christian Eriksen. And Manchester United coming forward over on that far side. Anthony plays the ball back to Varane, now to Martinez. I'm sure those two have made up after the World Cup final a few weeks ago. Now it's with Luke Shaw on his near side, plays it up the line again for Marcus Rashford. He gets past Ben White, but William Saliba's on the cover and plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale, who goes long up the near side. Can Bukayo Saka get underneath it? He can't. Luke Shaw won that header. Manchester United have just started to settle down a little bit now. But Arsenal coming forward with Eddie Nketiah, lays it back to Thomas Partey. Just managed to squeeze it through towards Granit Xhaka. But actually, it didn't reach to an and he's picked the ball up over on the far side. The Brazilian, he did score, of course, on his debut, didn't he, against us back in October in our only league defeat of the season, as it turned out. So a bit of revenge maybe in the air for us today. You know, Scott McTominay now in midfield plays the ball forward to Weghorst, holds it up well. You can see his strengths, can't you, Wim Weghorst? The way he drops in, he can hold the ball up, lay it off. He's a typical old-fashioned style centre forward, isn't he? I must admit, I quite like that myself, but I know it's not really the sort of player that we would be buying. Anyway, it's a good ball played forward. It's come all the way through. Oh, it was a late run into the box there from Bruno Fernandes. He's claiming he was fouled by Aaron Ramsdale. He ran in on the blind side there, Bruno Fernandes. Nobody picked him up. He looks though he may have been offside for a second there. Gabriel was asleep. He's let the ball run past him. He nipped in there in between Gabriel and Aaron Ramsdale. I don't think he was touched if you look at the replay. But it was Dozy defending there from Gabriel. He let Bruno Fernandes get in between, get past him there. He got a little nick on the ball, Bruno Fernandes, but it's rolled behind for a goal kick. It isn't a penalty. He wasn't touched. You know what Bruno Fernandes is like. He's always going to moan about it, isn't he? Anyway, Arsenal in possession, however, on that far side. Russ is in the chat. How you doing, Russ? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. It's been a frantic start to this game, hasn't it? Very, very frantic. It's been end-to-end. And both teams have had maybe a little opportunity, haven't they, already? Thomas Partey shot fired just wide. And there was just a moment there when we allowed Bruno Fernandes to get in behind and cause a few problems, but we did deal with that. Nathan says there, Fernandes whinging again. Well, yeah, you expect him to whinge, don't you? It's what he does best. Eriksen there lofted that ball forward towards the Arsenal penalty. It's headed away by Gabriel. And it's Varane wins that header for Manchester United. Thomas Partey, a bit of head tennis going on in this game. But Varane finally gets the ball down. And now it's with Leandro Martinez, who's only about 5'5", but he's a very good defender, isn't he? Plays that ball up this near side, looking for Rashford. Ben White's across there. Those two are going to have quite a battle today, aren't they? Terry says there, Bruno dive should be. But I don't think it was a dive. He kind of just nipped in, didn't he, and fell over. It wasn't a dive. He claimed he was caught, but he wasn't. And nothing doing there, and that's fine. Luke Shaw now with his throw for Manchester United on this near side. They have settled down now, actually. Arsenal had a good start the first 2 or 3 minutes, but since then, Manchester United have looked the more settled team, really. Wan-Bissaka over on that far side plays it forward to Anthony, and he's going to be forced all the way back to goalkeeper David De Gea. There's not an Arsenal player within 35 yards of him, so he plays it short to Martinez, and he goes back again to De Gea, plays out to that far side to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, former Crystal Palace player. And David De Gea just kicked it out over on this near side. He was putting a little bit of pressure there, but that was a poor kick, actually. It's given us a throw, which Ben White's taken. Bukayo Saka now gives it back to Ben White, plays it square to Martin Ødegaard. Martin Ødegaard tries to dink a ball into the box there, but it was Eriksen, who's not going to be too far away from Martin Ødegaard all day. You feel. Martinelli now with a shot from the edge of the box, curls it in, but it's gone harmlessly wide of that far post. But that was good play from Arsenal there. It was Gabriel Martinelli on the edge of the box there. You can see what he was trying to do. He cut into on his right foot. He's just trying to curl it in that far corner, but he didn't get enough whip or bend on it. And it's gone behind into the clock end. And it is a goal kick to Manchester United. We've played 9 minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. But it's been a very, very frantic start, hasn't it, here from both teams, actually. Don't forget, of course, coming up later on, we've got the Arsenal women's game, assuming it's on, because there's still a little, I don't think it's been confirmed yet if it's definitely on or not. But anyway, hopefully that'll be on and we'll be covering that afterwards. When we get news for definite, we will let you know. But that's coming up after this game. Arsenal women, of course, away at Brighton this evening, which is going to be a big game. Of course, the Chelsea women game against Liverpool got abandoned, didn't it, after 6 minutes? Very, very strange behaviour. Why they started it, I don't know. But anyway, so Arsenal will have a chance later on to go top of the table potentially. But we'll see. We need to get this game out of the way first, and this is a massive game as well, isn't it? So Martin Ødegaard has just robbed Bruno Fernandes. Martin Ødegaard, he's got Eddie Nketiah to one side. He's got Gabriel Martinelli on the other. He maybe didn't make his mind up early enough there. But Martinelli's going to make something. And this is the shot comes in, hits Luke Shaw, the big figure of Luke Shaw. And Arsenal don't quite manage to make the most of that, actually. Martin Ødegaard did well. And Gabriel there just facing up to Bruno Fernandes following a foul there. Bruno Fernandes maybe a little bit frustrated that he just had the ball taken off him by Martin Ødegaard. And Gabriel didn't like that challenge on him there. And the two of them had a little bit of a word, shall we say. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. It was... he sort of left his foot and kicked out a little bit there, Bruno Fernandes, actually. Frustration showing. Scott McTominay involved as well, as you would expect, as he usually is. Terry says, imagine if Kane goes to Manchester United next season, the amount of pens Man United will be claiming with them two in the team. Yeah, I mean, it'll be like the Olympic diving competition, won't it? Rajandra's in the chat there, my friend. He says, hi, Rich. Good, mate. Hope you're well. Russ says, Ødegaard is the driving force of this side. He seems to be at the moment, doesn't he? You know, we've got a free kick now. Zinchenko's going to take this. It's midway inside the Manchester United half, just slightly over that left-hand side. He whips it in with his left foot towards the far post. Is it going to come to Gabriel? He does. He pulls it back to the edge of the penalty, but it wasn't a great ball, actually. Manchester United can clear it away. And looking for the pace of Marcus Rashford on the counter-attack, but Ben White's across, plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale, just outside the Arsenal penalty area. Kicks it long into the Manchester United half, but Martinez was there. Wasn't a great clearance actually from Martinez. Arsenal picked the ball up now with Saka drifting infield. That's a good ball. Finds Granit Xhaka, plays out to the far side to Gabriel Martinelli. Looks like he's going to try and get it onto his right foot again to get that shot away. Instead he tried to play it square to Eddie Nketiah. Manchester United do clear it away. It's been a very interesting game so far, these first 12 minutes. It's been Arsenal had a good start, then Manchester United came back into it, and now it's back again. Arsenal are on the front foot. William Saliba plays out to Granit Xhaka over on that far side. Arsenal's left. Now he finds Martinelli again, who's looking very, very lively in these early stages. Plays the ball in field, looking for Zinchenko, but he just ran away from him there. And Ericsson finds Anthony over on that far side. Anthony having a run there at Gabriel, the two Brazilians. Anthony looked like he'd lost control of the ball, but he's got it back again. Now cuts inside, tries to go past Gabriel, went down, and nothing again given by the referee. That was good play actually by Anthony there. Cut it back inside, but he overran the ball, and Arsenal did manage to clear it away. Leandro Martinez now just inside the centre circle. Russ says they're sloppy in the final third. Yeah, we've been a little bit sloppy so far, but it's a very interesting game, isn't it? Very open as well. And McTominay now in possession for Manchester United, plays out to that far side to Wan-Bissaka. Cuts inside, just lays the ball back to McTominay. And now it's Varane coming forward for Manchester United. Of course, played in the World Cup final, didn't he? As indeed did his teammate Martinez. Anyway, this is a good ball down that far side. McTominay gets it back again. Anthony, can he get a cross in? He does. It's not a great cross, though. Thomas Partey's there. Clears it away deep into the Manchester United half, and then it goes all the way back to goalkeeper David De Gea. I say it's been a very lively open start. There hasn't been an actual shot of goal from either side yet on target. Neither goalkeepers had a save to make, but Thomas Partey fired one wide, and Bruno Fernandes briefly got in behind the Arsenal defence. But it is still 0-0. Not much to choose between the sides, if you're honest. Manchester United have maybe done a bit more attacking than I assumed they would. And that's a long ball forward there from Martinez, looking for Rashford again. That seems to be Man United's tactic, looking to try and get the ball to Rashford at every opportunity. He's the player in form, of course, for them, so you can understand why. Anyway, Saka now plays the ball in field to Ødegaard, tries to get it back to Saka. He has done. Saka's going to keep this in on the near side. Martinez is across there, and in fact, it was good covering in the end from Bruno Fernandes as well. He's going to be a Frodo to Arsenal, taking it quickly, actually. Saka's away again, just on this near side, inside the penalty. Plays across the edge of the 6-yard box. Oh, a little bit panicky defending there from Wan-Bissaka. There was nobody near him. He could have let that run out for a goal kick. Obviously, he wasn't given a shout by the goalkeeper, and he's put it behind for a corner. It was just going to run behind that. There was nobody there, and he needed a shout, really, didn't he? But it is a corner to Arsenal. Rajendra says there, Man U looking for pens. Yeah, of course they are. And, you know, you would, wouldn't you, if you can get away with it, as they often do. Anyway, Martinelli is going to take this corner out from that far side again in front of Man U fans. It comes in, good header away, though, by Scott McTominay. Martin Ødegaard gets the ball back out again to Martinelli, keeps it in, gets it back. Martinez, now it's with Zinchenko. It's a good little run from Zinchenko, finds Saka on this near side, but Bukayo Saka looking for a little bit of support, plays it square to Thomas Partey. Played the ball forward into Zinchenko. It wasn't a great ball, actually. It's run away from him. And Martinez tied his up, and it goes back to David De Gea. That's a poor clearance, actually, from the Manchester United goalkeeper. Again, that's two poor clearances he's done, but they get away with that one. So McTominay plays it on to Anthony, and now it's going to fall over on that far side for Manchester United. They're back in possession again with Anthony. Now it's with Martinez bringing the ball forward. He's got couple of options either side, plays it into the centre circle to Scott McTominay, lays it off to Raphael Varane. The French defender comes forward up that far side to find Aaron Wan-Bissaka, tries to go past Gabriel Martinelli, but he finds Bruno Fernandes, I think was offside. And I don't think the ball was actually meant for Bruno Fernandes. I think he was looking to just run through himself there, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but the ball did fall to Bruno Fernandes. He was offside. It is a free kick to Arsenal, which we've now taken. We've played 16 minutes. It's gone very quick, hasn't it? These first 16 minutes. It's been a very, very open game. Man United coming forward again. Anthony over on that far side. They're playing well, Manchester United, actually, so far. You have to say they're certainly playing a lot better than I anticipated that they would. They've had a lot more possession, and they've tried to get the ball forward a lot more often than I thought they was going to. So Not the game I was expecting. But Arsenal looking dangerous every time we do come forward ourselves. Martinez with that long ball forward, looking for the run there of Bruno Fernandes, but it's well defended by William Saliba. Now Bukayo Saka can have a run at Luke Shaw. Those two England teammates. But again, Arsenal have lost the ball. Man United pressing high at the pitch. Rashford's done really well. Marcus Rashford, he's going to try a shot from the edge of the box. He does. Oh, he scored. You have to say that is a very, very good goal from Marcus Rashford. We said he's the player in form, and that was a brilliant goal, you have to say. Took it past the challenge in midfield, got to the edge of the penalty area and fired a shot in to that bottom corner. A really, really good finish from Marcus Rashford. And it is Manchester United with the first goal in this game. And I was just saying they've been playing well. They've started this game well, Manchester United. And it's Marcus Rashford there with the goal. Arsenal gave the ball away. It was Bukayo Saka actually had it taken off him by Luke Shaw. And Marcus Rashford got past Thomas Partey. And that's a great finish, actually, into that bottom corner. Nathan says, some hit that. Yeah, really, really good goal, you have to say. Sort of bent away from the goalkeeper and then bent inside the post. A really great goal. Terry says, no, indeed, no. And we are behind at the Emirates for the first time in the Premier League since Fulham. When we played Fulham back in August, I think it was. It's been a long time since we've been behind at home, isn't it? In the league. Let's see how we respond. To be fair, we've been playing quite well so far, but anyway, it's his 17th goal of the season, Marcus Rashford. That's big numbers, isn't it, from him? And we said he was the player to watch, and we didn't watch him quite closely enough, did we? And he's got the goal after 17 minutes. Manchester United coming forward again with Rashford. He's certainly wanting the ball all the time. It looked like he was fouled there by Ben White. He was fouled. It is going to be a free kick and a yellow card to Ben White as well. Nathan says, poor by Partey. Yeah, he didn't really do anything, did he? He needed to put a tackle in and he didn't. Yeah, obviously wouldn't have expected Rashford to have hit a ball that cleanly, but he did. And Manchester United lead 1-0. And you could say they probably deserve that because I think they've started this game well. Rajendra says that was a good goal by Man United. Yeah, it was a very good goal by Rashford, a solo goal there. And that sums up the form he's in this season. And we knew how dangerous he would be. But now we want to see what Arsenal have got. You know, we spoke on this channel a few times, haven't we, about mentality. And this is where we're going to see exactly the mentality this Arsenal team's got now, aren't we? Going behind to a very good Manchester United side, you have to say. And this is where we're going to see exactly what we've got about us. You know, Manchester United, of course, are the only team to beat us so far this season, aren't they? Will this be like, do you remember the season Leicester won the league? Leicester only lost 3 games and 2 of them were against us, weren't they? Maybe we'll lose 2 to Manchester United. We won't lose to anyone else and win the league anyway. Maybe that's what'll happen. Anyway, Arsenal trying to respond, but Man United again have done well. A long ball played forward, again looking to try and get Rashford in behind, but William Saliba reads that one. Russ says there, poor from Partey, brilliant by Rashford. Yeah, that pretty much sums up that goal, doesn't it? I mean, I don't really want to criticise Thomas Partey too much. Yeah, it was a very weak effort of a tackle, but you have to say it was great skill from Rashford, and it was a great finish. And I think that needs to be the main point of that, really. The great piece of skill it was from Rashford. But yeah, really, it was a nothing challenge from Thomas Partey, wasn't it? But a great strike. Anyway, Arsenal now just trying to regroup. We've played 20 minutes, and you know we've played pretty well. You have to say it's not like we've been playing badly. Man United have played well. It's been a very good game, but Man United do have the goal, and now Arsenal have got a lot of work to do. But of course, you know they were leading 1-0 at Crystal Palace, weren't they, during the week, Manchester United, and they came back. There's no reason why we can't. We've got the quality. Saka now on this near side, having again a run at Luke Shaw. Saka inside the penalty. Is this going to be the equaliser? Plays it back across the box to Xhaka. Shot comes in from Eddie Nketiah. It got deflected over the top. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. That was better play there was from Arsenal looking to get level. John's in the chat. How you doing, John? Good to see you, my friend. He says, hi, Richard. Just in the door. Tuned in and see Arsenal losing. Yes, it was a great goal from Marcus Rashford, actually. But Man United have been playing well, to be fair, in these first 21 minutes. But you know, Arsenal have played all right as well. It's not that we're playing badly. We're playing pretty well, but it's Man United with that goal. We have got a corner now on this near side, which Bukayo Saka is going to take it. It was him who got robbed of the ball that led to the goal, actually. It was Luke Shaw that took the ball off from a low corner to the edge of the box. The shot comes in from Gabriel Martinelli. Shot wide. He's looking the more likely, isn't he, for Arsenal at the moment? He's had a couple of efforts now. Gabriel Martinelli has a training ground routine out to the edge of the penalty area, but he couldn't get enough whip on that shot. Trying to fire it in at the near post, just on the edge of the penalty area. Good defending though from Martinez. Got in front of him there to make it difficult. The clash of the South Americans there, Gabriel Martinelli and Lisandro Martinez. Here's a goal kick though to Manchester United. It is Arsenal 0, Manchester United 1. We've played 22 minutes, so we're halfway through almost this first half. It's been a very open game, a very even game, you have to say, but it's Manchester United with that little bit of quality there to get the goal. John says there, send on Trossard. Well, yeah, maybe not yet. I'm sure we will in the second half, but maybe not yet. We've only played 22 minutes. Let this team see if they can find a way back. Gabriel Martinelli again over on that far side has done well. Good defending again, actually, from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but it will be a corner to Arsenal, which Martinez is going to take again in front of those Manchester United fans who are in good voice now following that strike from Marcus Rashford. It is who got that goal anyway. It is a corner though to Arsenal. We've had lots of corners actually so far. Not had to make David De Gea make a save yet. Again, though, the corner goes short. It's back out again to Gabriel Martinelli now. Plays it square to William Saliba, and Manchester United have got everybody back. Granit Xhaka now does well over on that far side. Plays it back to Zinchenko. Back in to Martin Odegaard. There's a runner outside. It is Granit Xhaka across to the far post. The header comes in. Eddie's there. It's 1-1. Eddie Nketiah with the header. We kept the ball. It was an unusual corner in a sense that we allowed Manchester United time to get back into shape. In the end, it was a great cross. I think it was Granit Xhaka from that far side. And there is Eddie Nketiah with the header. And Arsenal wasn't behind for very long. Eddie Nketiah is there with the headed equaliser from inside the 6-yard box. It was Granit Xhaka's cross from that far side. It was a good play from Arsenal. We were patient. It was a ball in there. Granit Xhaka tried to find Martin Odegaard. It came back to Zinchenko. He did find Martin Odegaard. Granit Xhaka over on that far side. A lovely cross. And from about 6 yards, Eddie Nketiah got the wrong side of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and headed it into the goal from about 5 yards. That's a great Arsenal goal, actually. A good move, a lovely cross. And Eddie Nketiah with a good header. And that's what Eddie Nketiah is good at. He's inside the 6-yard box. He's deadly, isn't he? John says, yes, indeed. Didn't take long, did it? And Terry says, hello to John. John says, 1-1. And John again says, come on, Arsenal, indeed. We needed that, didn't we? John says, Man City demolished Wolves. Yes, they did. But we've now got ourselves level, and that's what we needed. We was only behind for about, 6 or 7 minutes. Nathan says, a nice goal. Yeah, it was a nice move, wasn't it? It was a good move down that left-hand side. We were patient from that corner. And finally, we managed to get across into the box. And there was the fox in the box, Eddie Nketiah, to head home from close range. Rajendra says, Eddie, indeed. Another goal for him. He's certainly in good form, isn't he? Since the World Cup, we've needed him to step up, and he stepped up with goals, hasn't he? He got 2 recently against Oxford in the FA Cup as well, didn't he? And he did score that brilliant goal against West Ham. Arsenal coming forward again now. Thomas Partey on the edge of the Man United penalty area. He could have tried a shot. Instead, he finds Eddie Nketiah again, whips the ball across the box, but nobody's there. He's going to come all the way across to Martin Odegaard. Arsenal now looking to turn this game around. Martin Odegaard plays it to Bukayo Saka. Can he pull it back? He does pull it back towards the edge of the 6-yard box. McTominay's there. He's going to be a throw to Arsenal. We've played 25 and a half minutes at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. 2 English goal scorers, actually. Marcus Rashford for Manchester United and Eddie Nketiah there for Arsenal with the equaliser. A header from close range. And that was just what we needed, wasn't it, as well? Just as things were looking a little bit dodgy for us, behind against Manchester United. Terry says here we go, 2-1 half-time, 4-1 full-time. Well, it doesn't look like it's a 4-1 game, does it? Rajendra says their goals, individual skill, as was teamwork. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's a good way of describing it. It was individual skill from Marcus Rashford for their goal, and it was a really good team goal for us. And very well taken it was as well from Eddie inside the penalty area, as he likes to do. Oh, we're just hearing actually, just slightly different news. Arsenal's women's match against Brighton has been postponed this afternoon. It's been postponed due to a frozen pitch. So that game is off, which is a shame. There's no new date available yet, but that game is off. Anyway, Manchester United now coming forward. Marcus Rashford on this near side. Rashford again looking to cause the problems. Good play there from Martin Odegaard. Won the ball back, and he did fall over. He managed to keep possession there, Martin Odegaard, somehow. And then he switched the play over to that far side. That was brilliant. That was there from the Arsenal captain. And the ball played forward over by Manchester United over on that far side. Anthony plays it into Bruno Fernandes. Now it's with Martinez for Manchester United. Plays it to this near side. Marcus Rashford again. This time Ben White does well. And Arsenal get the ball clear. It's a very, very open game, isn't it? Considering what's at stake for both teams. Eddie Nketiah plays the ball square to Martin Odegaard. Good play that was, though, from Lisandro Martinez. Wins the ball back and plays it forward into the centre circle. So Weghorst plays it out wide to Anthony over on that far side. Manchester United looking at dangerous again. Just Arsenal on the edge of the Arsenal penalty. Shot comes in from McTominay. Good save from Aaron Ramsdale. It's going to be a corner. That was good play. That was indeed from Arsenal, from Manchester United there, sorry. It was Anthony there with the ball, played it back to McTominay. First time shot that was going in, it was on target. He has scored a couple of goals against us, hasn't he, Scott McTominay? And he was looking for another one there. That was a good save. Weghorst was involved in that move as well. He's played quite well, actually, for Man United. It's a corner over on that far side. Marcus Rashford and Aaron Ramsdale are in a little bit of conversation here inside the 6-yard box. I don't know what they were talking about. Rashford's probably... maybe Aaron was telling him next time I'm going to save it. Anyway, Arsenal are trying to organise themselves here from this corner. We've played 28 and a half minutes. It's been 28 and a half very, very open and exciting minutes. Arsenal won, Manchester United won. A very good game this has been. And Arsenal have got themselves level, but it is a corner to Manchester United. A lot of activity in on that near post around the Arsenal goalkeeper, all in yellow. And this corner is going to come in from the far side. Whipped in towards that near post, but it's Gabriel's header away. Ericsson puts it back into the box, but it wasn't a great ball forward. But Ericsson wins it back again on the edge of the penalty. And Marcus Rashford now for Manchester United. Arsenal haven't really managed to get this ball clear, but there's an offside flag up. It is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. The referee's Anthony Taylor, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it before. Such a lot's happened since the game started. It's been non-stop, hasn't it? It's been frantic. It's been exciting. And it is Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. So all to play for still. What an exciting game it's been. Anyway, so Alex Ferguson is in the stands today. I know we had our disagreements with him over the years, didn't we? But it's good to see him in good health following that scare he had a few years ago, and good to see him still enjoying his football. And I'm sure he's enjoying this game because it is a very good game of football so far. Exciting, end-to-end stuff. Chances at both ends, a goal apiece. And we've played half an hour and it's been great. Manchester United have won the ball back in midfield with Luke Shaw. And it goes back to David De Gea. Now it's with Lisandro Martinez on this near side. Dinks the ball over the top. Again, looking for Marcus Rashford. That was overhit. Ben White was there. Christian Eriksen's in. Wins the ball back again for Manchester United, but Arsenal pick it up now, and it's gone back to Gabriel. Finds William Saliba. Martin Odegaard plays it back to Gabriel again. Oh, he almost took a risk there, but Granit Xhaka just pops the ball off over to that far side to Alexander Zinchenko, moving forward for Arsenal towards halfway. Plays it square to Gabriel. It's this time Arsenal attack, we look dangerous. Every time Manchester United attack, they look dangerous. It's that sort of a game, isn't it? Two very good sides, very informed sides, just going for it, really. Gabriel Martinelli now on the edge of the penalty. Can he get a shot away? Oh, he tried to thread it through to Eddie Nketiah, but Man United managed to deal with that. But Arsenal still in possession. Martin Odegaard finds Bukayo Saka on this near side, just on the edge of the Man United penalty. Plays it infield to Martinelli, gets it back again. And Martin Odegaard now inside the box does well. Martin Odegaard fires it across the box, hits Scott McTominay. It is going to be a corner to Arsenal. Great play there from Martin Odegaard. He's had a great first half, actually. He's been everywhere in this game. Well, they just put a thing up on the screen as I say that, saying he's had the most touches, Martin Odegaard. He does seem to have been everywhere in this game. He's been brilliant. In fact, I don't know what's given. It doesn't look like it is an Arsenal corner. Oh, it must have been an offside. It's a free kick to Manchester United inside the penalty area, which David De Gea is going to take. John says, I'm delighted with the signings Arsenal are making and hope to see another 2 at least. And yeah, we need some more. I'm really happy with Trossard, I have to say. He's exactly the sort of player that we needed. He's a name that obviously we've mentioned quite a bit recently. You know, there were lots of talk about the possibility of him coming to Arsenal. So it's brilliant that he has. And let's hope that we do get a couple more in because we need them. But yeah, I think Trossard is a game changer, isn't he, for me? Somebody who can come off the bench and win you a game. And maybe he'll get the opportunity today because this game is certainly in the balance, isn't it? Without a shadow of a doubt at this moment in time. It's 1-1 and it's impossible to say who's likely to win it at this particular stage. We don't know, do we, yet? But it's been a great game anyway. That's one good thing. David De Gea takes a long kick forward for Manchester United. It's flicked on by Weghorst. That is one thing that we know he's good at. He's good in the air. He's strong in the air. And he's played well for Manchester United, actually. A little bit of a shock inclusion maybe in the starting lineup, but he's done well. Terry says, sorry, trying to paint the boiled bacon with honey, but it keeps getting too excited and she'll kill me if it ain't ready when she gets home. My only job she left with me. Well, you've got to do your bit, Terry, haven't you? You've got to do your bit, definitely. And yeah, anyway, there seems to be some sort of kerfuffle on the touchline now. Not quite sure what happened. There has been a yellow card shown. Is it for Christian Eriksen for that foul? No, sorry, for Luke Shaw, a foul there. It didn't look like a yellow card offence. I mean, it was a foul. Not quite sure why that was a yellow card for Luke Shaw. Anyway, obviously we'll take it because it means he's going to have to be more careful now, doesn't he? But it was a yellow card there given out by Anthony Taylor. That's 2 yellow cards in this game already, isn't there? In this first half an hour. Not quite as there's not quite as much aggravation in this game so far as the old days against Manchester United, but it's a very good game. It's certainly up there with one of the best games between these two sides in recent years. Actually, it's a really good game and very, very even. It has to be said. And 1-1's probably about right for this moment in time in the game. John says there, Trossard seems to have the right attitude and he's a kind of squad team player. Exactly, yeah. He's got that experience. He's a good age. He's 28, isn't he? I think he is now. Obviously, he's played in the Premier League for a long time. He knows the league. And yeah, he's a game-changing player, isn't he? We can bring him off the bench and he can make a difference. And that's what we've been lacking. And I say we may well need that today. Terry says, how many fouls has Shaw clocked up? Yeah, no, maybe that's true. He's done a few, but that certainly wasn't the worst one, was it, that he just did there? But anyway, Eriksen pings the ball over that fast. What a great ball that was, actually, from Eriksen. He's still got it, hasn't he? Anthony there plays it forward, looking for the run of Wan-Bissaka, but Bruno Fernandes picks it up, comes back to Anthony again. Manchester United looking dangerous now as we moving towards the last 10 minutes of this first half. That's a good run from Anthony, but Granit Xhaka got his foot in there. But Manchester United still in possession, but not a great ball. And Zinchenko manages to cut that out. And now Arsenal looking to come forward themselves. Eddie trying to put Martinez under pressure, but he does get the ball back to David De Gea. And it goes back to Christian Eriksen, lays it back to David De Gea again. Just slowing the game down a little bit, Manchester United now after this frantic opening 35 minutes. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. It's been a very, very good game, as we said. And at this moment in time, it's anybody's game, isn't it? Could go either way, this. And that's how exciting it is. Anyway, William Saliba now coming forward over on this near side, finds Martin Odegaard, just lays it back to Gabriel into Thomas Partey. John says there, Chelsea still hoovering up players. I wonder how Potter will accommodate all of them. Well, I mean, he's a new manager, isn't he? And the new manager wants to get their own players in. So what will probably happen is he'll pick the players that he wants and he'll leave out the others, won't he? That he didn't want particularly. But anyway, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, they're buying some players. Chelsea, they are, you have to say. But of course, they need to if they're going to try and get in the top 4 because they've got a lot of ground to make up. We've got loftier ambitions, haven't we? Anyway, Ben White now coming forward for Arsenal, finds Bukayo Saka on his near side. Bukayo Saka again trying to get to the byline, gets a cross in, but it's into the side net. And was it deflected? It was off Luke Shaw, and it's going to be another corner to Arsenal. We've had several corners, haven't we? But Rajendra says there because of yellow card. Yeah, I mean Ben White got a yellow card. And anyway, it is a corner to Arsenal. It was Mikel Arteta that got a yellow card. Maybe that was maybe it wasn't Luke Shaw. Maybe it was Mikel Arteta. They've just shown it was him, maybe for coming out of his technical area. Although he does that a lot, doesn't he? Anyway, it's a corner on this near side. Bukayo Saka's going to take this. We did score from our last corner, didn't we? Not directly, but in the end we did. This one comes in towards the near post. It goes all the way through, and it is going to come to Aaron Wan-Bissaka over on that far side. Plays it forward up the line, looking for Christian Eriksen, but Arsenal do pick it up. It is with Granit Xhaka. It was his cross that led to the equaliser from Eddie Nketiah there, who tried to thread the ball through. But again, Manchester United defended well. But Eddie Nketiah's won it back. A good challenge there from him. That's with Thomas Partey. We're coming down towards the last, 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes of this first half. Saka plays the ball on to Ben White. That's good defending, actually, from Bruno Fernandes. Now there's a little bit of space for Anthony. He's now popped up on this near side. Plays the ball forward for Marcus Rashford, but it's just too far ahead of him. Gabriel covers well. Plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale. What a start. What a first half this has been. He's going to be a throw now to Arsenal on this near side. A ball there off Luke Shaw. I'm not sure if Luke Shaw did get booked then. Perhaps that yellow card was actually for Mikel Arteta and not for any of the players. Anthony Taylor obviously didn't like his reaction there to the foul on Saka from Luke Shaw. But it looks like it was Mikel Arteta that got booked. So maybe I'll say it did look a harsh booking for Luke Shaw, actually. And Arsenal got another free kick now. Eddie Nketiah was fouled. Terry says, what a bad mid-table clash yesterday between Liverpool and Chelsea, but must admit, Mudryk did look good. Well, I mean, he's probably a good player. I didn't know too much about him. He looked okay yesterday, did he? Came on and looked pretty decent. But I don't really care. He's not an Arsenal player. We've got the players that we've got now, plus, of course, Trossard, who I'm really excited to see his debut, hopefully later on today. But yeah, no, Mudryk looked all right. But yeah, that was a poor game, wasn't it? I thought Chelsea were a better team yesterday, actually, against Liverpool, who are really, really poor at this moment, aren't they? And I do feel out of those two, Chelsea looked more likely to maybe get a run going and push for the top four. Oh, that was a very bad ball there from Ben White, actually, given away. And that was really nice play from Anthony. It looks like Anthony's sort of swapped positions now with Rashford, and he's come over on this near side, Anthony. And he's just found Bruno Fernandes, just keeps the ball. He's got a little bit of space now. Bruno Fernandes plays the ball square to Rashford, lets it run to Christian Eriksen, plays it back to Bruno Fernandes again on this near side. A cross in, not a great cross. The header comes in from William Saliba. It's going to be a throw to, in fact, it was Granit Xhaka, sorry, with the header there from Bruno Fernandes. Cross. And it is going to be a throw to Manchester United on this near side, just about 10 yards in from the corner flag. And we are coming into the last 5 minutes now of this first half. It's been end-to-end stuff. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1, and it has been a very, very good game. Christian Eriksen now with a little bit of space in midfield, plays it just slightly square to Leandro Martinez. Gives it to Varane, and now it's back with Christian Eriksen again. Manchester United have probably had more possession in this first half. We'll have to look at the stats at half-time. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if they have, because they've certainly looked to have had the ball a lot more than we have. But we've certainly looked dangerous every time we've got it. Certainly moving it quickly in that final third. Anyway, Christian Eriksen now plays the ball into the centre circle to Martinez. The pace has just slightly slowed down a little bit. Arsenal got everybody back behind the ball. Manchester United in possession again. Eriksen over on that far side, moves into midfield. He's going to play it out to the right over on that far side to Anthony's back over here where he started the game. Across in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but it's going to run comfortably through to Aaron Ramsdale. That's a good throw, actually. Releases Thomas Partey. Now Arsenal on the counter-attack at pace. Thomas Partey plays the ball up towards that near. So it wasn't a good ball, actually, towards Saka. Luke Shaw was in, and now he finds Marcus Rashford, who's going on a run again. He's certainly in great form, Marcus Rashford, isn't he? He's done well again over on this near side. The Manchester United goal scorer. He's their top scorer this season as well. 17 goals for him. Finds Luke Shaw, Rashford. Manchester United finishing this half on top. It would seem 4 minutes to go until the break. Terry says over the moon with Trossard. Don't know much about that Polish centre-back we just got. No, he looks a young player, doesn't he? I don't think we'll be seeing him in the first team yet. Yeah, I think he's been brought in, hasn't he, for cover for Gabriel eventually. Left-footed centre-back, 6'4", I think he is. So we'll see a bit more of him as the season progresses. He may play in the FA Cup, mightn't he, on Friday maybe? But I don't think we'll see him yet in the squad, if I'm honest. Anyway, Manchester United coming forward now. Oh, this is nice play on the edge of the Arsenal penalty again from Zinchenko, and it is going to be an offside anyway, actually. John says, yeah, any player looks good v Liverpool now. They're definitely not firing on all cylinders. Last season, they were chasing a quadruple. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a mixture of a couple of things, really. I think last season when they played 65 games, whatever it was. I think that's maybe took it out of them a little bit, and they've had a real come down, haven't they, from that? And obviously the asthma drugs don't work anymore, do they? Or they've not been allowed to take them anymore. What's happened there? But yeah, it's they're not the same team they were, are they, Liverpool, as they have been? But they had a drop off, didn't they, in the COVID season? And then they finished that season well, got in the top four, and then sort of recovered, didn't they? So, but we'll see what happens with them. But we don't need to worry too much about them, do we? Liverpool, Chelsea at the minute, we're miles ahead of them. We've got different ambitions now. They're fighting and struggling to try to get into the top four. We are very, very much in the title race. And Manchester United will feel they are as well. And you have to say, they look a very good side. They've impressed me in this first half, Manchester United. Christian Eriksen looking to put Thomas Partey under pressure. He's lost the ball almost on the edge of the box. He just got away with that, Thomas Partey. And Arsenal can now come forward on the counter-attack, but Varane steps in with that header. He's had a good first half, actually, Raphael Varane as well. In fact, you could say pretty much every player on the pitch has played well in this first half. That's the quality that we've seen from both teams. Rajendra says, we are trying to be too fast. Yeah, we are. We're almost rushing things, aren't we, at times? We just need to, the goal that we scored, we took our time, didn't we? We were patient in the build-up and we got the goal. And maybe that's what we need to do a little bit more. Just try and keep possession and be patient. We're into the last 90 seconds of the first half. It is Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1, a very good game of football. And Arsenal coming forward now on that far side. It is Granit Xhaka bringing the ball forward, whips across in towards the penalty area. Good clearance, though, from Martinez, looking for the run of Eddie Nketiah. It was, but it was well defended again from Manchester United, and they're trying to come forward themselves up this near side now. Bruno Fernandes plays it up the line. Ben White steps in, and now it's with Bukayo Saka. As the referee blown his whistle, he has. Luke Shaw defended that well anyway. John says exactly, Richard Arteta needs to create. Indeed, it was a foul there by Ben White on Marcus Rashford, which prevented that Arsenal attack. We're into the final minute now of the first half. There won't be a lot of stoppage time, actually, because the game's been so free-flowing and it's been exciting. So I wouldn't imagine there'll be more than a minute or two. But we're just coming into the final minute of the 45. Is a free kick to Manchester United on this near side. Luke Shaw is going to take it. So he's not. He walks past it and he's going to let Lisandro Martinez take it. Anthony Taylor, the referee, is just pointing to his watch. They've taken a long time over this. He's going to add the time on, so maybe there'll be 2 minutes now. Martinez still hasn't taken his free kick, actually. And in the end, he just goes back to David De Gea, and he gets it back again. He should have maybe done that 5 minutes ago. Saved time. Anyway, the ball now goes back to David De Gea. I'm sure Man United will be delighted to go in at half-time 1-1, even though they played well. Anyway, William Saliba now steps in for Arsenal on this near side. He's done well. Saliba finds Bukayo Saka, manages to dig the ball out and finds Granit Xhaka over on that far side, plays it up to Gabriel Martinelli. He's been a bit quiet in the last couple of minutes, Martinelli, but now he's in control. Xhaka with a shot, just pulled it wide. Eddie was trying to get in on the end of it there, but it just ran away from him. There is going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time. We've just come into that now, and that was good from Arsenal there. Martinelli, it was found. It was Zinchenko's. I don't know if it was a shot or a ball across the box. Anyway, it went wide at a far post and it just spun away from Eddie Nketiah, who was coming in. Maybe if he'd thrown himself at it, he might have got a contact, and who knows? But it's gone behind for a goal kick, which David De Gea takes. Looks like he's wearing Arsenal's black away kit, actually, but it isn't. Anyway, Manchester United now are coming forward. Christian Eriksen up this near side. Tried to find Anthony, who's done well, the little Brazilian. And now he finds Marcus Rashford on this near side. Man United finishing the half on top. Bruno Fernandes dinks the ball out towards that far side. That's a good ball. Oh, if Wan-Bissaka could have took that. Oh, we've given it away back inside the penalty area. And Man United appealing for a penalty, but they're not going to get one. And that was sloppy play, that was from Arsenal. I'm not sure it was that gave the ball away there inside the penalty area. Wan-Bissaka, first of all, looked as though he was going to get in over on that far side. He didn't have a great first touch. And then we gave the ball straight back. So it might have been Zinchenko potentially that made the mistake there. And then Aaron Wan-Bissaka then went down in the penalty area, and Man United were appealing for a penalty, which they were never going to get. And Arsenal now trying to play the ball out from the back. It's working now. A little bit of space now for Martin Ødegaard. He's got Saka outside him. He finds Saka up on this near side. Saka now just inside at the Manchester United penalty. We're going to get the goal before half-time. Shot then hits Luke Shaw's chest. Comes back to Saka. Still in possession inside the box. Saka dinks across him, but again it hits Luke Shaw. And it comes to Thomas Partey on the edge of the box. He takes too long, but the ball falls inside the penalty to Zinchenko. And that's with Saka. Is that going to be the moment? Oh, good block actually again from Luke Shaw. He's had a good first half, you have to say. In fact, that is the final action of the first half. Wow, what a first half that was. Breathless stuff there at the Emirates. It is half-time. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. It was Marcus Rashford who gave Manchester United the lead after about 17 minutes. It was a great goal. He took the ball past Thomas Partey, progressed to the edge of the Arsenal penalty area, and then fired in a great shot that went in to the bottom corner. But Arsenal responded well. It was about 8 minutes later. We got ourselves level. It was from a short corner actually over on the far side. The ball eventually came out to the far side again. It was with Granit Xhaka. He whipped in a lovely cross, and Eddie Nketiah arrived at the far post to head home for about 5 yards. Since then, there's been little to choose between the sides. Both teams have had moments, but neither goalkeeper's really had too much to do. Ramsdale made a decent enough save from Scott McTominay, a comfortable save, you have to say, but he pushed it round the post. That was the nearest Manchester United got to a second goal. And Arsenal have had some good moments in and around the penalty. But as Rajendra mentioned before, we do seem to be rushing things a little bit. We're not finding that final ball because we're maybe trying to do things a little bit too quickly. But it's been a very good game of football, you have to say. It's been an exciting half. We're now looking forward to what the second half brings. If it's like that, it's going to be good, isn't it? Can Arsenal get the win? Nathan says they're good half of football. Next goal will be crucial. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that, yeah. I think if Arsenal can go ahead, having gone behind, I think that would be a real big message for the rest of the game. And yeah, that may well be what puts us to the victory. If Man United go in the lead again, it's going to be really hard, isn't it, for us to come back? But we'll see. It's just been a great game. Terry says that we need to calm down a bit. It's all 100 miles an hour. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the whole game's been like that, hasn't it? It's all been played at that pace, incredible pace. But you know, it's been a good game, and we're in it, aren't we? We're definitely in it. And Man United will feel pretty happy, I would imagine, with the way they've played in that first half, because they've done well. And we've done well as well. So it's just a really even game. So, yeah, it is half-time. It's 1-1. Pretty breathless stuff, actually, you have to say. Let's see what's going on elsewhere, shall we? I say, just to confirm, the game is off. The women's game is off later on this evening. Frozen pitch at Brighton, well, at Crawley, where they play, and the game is off. I had a feeling it might have been, just kind of got that feeling when they was doing a pitch inspection. You kind of felt as though it was going to be off, but just to confirm, it is off, unfortunately, and we'll have to wait for that game to be rearranged. But this game isn't off; it's very much on, and it's been a very, very good game of football. Really exciting stuff. And let's hope that the second half brings more of the same, only an extra Arsenal goal. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't that women's game was only called off about an hour ago. A bit shabby, really. That is from. Anyway. So that's that anyway. So it's half-time. It's 1-1, and it's been a really good game, as we said. But can Arsenal find a way just looking at a few funny things going on around the world of social media, as always. Anyway, we've got some we've got some good stuff coming up on the channel this week. It's a busy week actually planned. Tomorrow we have got the Arsenal review, of course, looking back on this game, looking ahead to the Friday night game against Manchester City in the FA Cup, and looking at, of course, the new signings that we've just made as well. So that's a good show tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We'll have some guests on to join us to look back on the last week, which is going to be good. Then on Wednesday, Melvin's back with Highbury Matters, and that is a great show. And this week, we are going to cover the 1986 to 1988 period, the very, very early years of George Graham. And what a great period that turned out to be. So that's going to be really good. So definitely join Melvin and his special guest on Wednesday, 8 o'clock for Highbury Matters. Thursday, it's the Arsenal women in action, hopefully in action, in the Continental Cup against Aston Villa. Jordan Nobbs, of course, returning to Meadow Park just after her transfer to Aston Villa. So that's going to be good on Thursday. And of course, Friday, another watch along, the FA Cup game, Arsenal against Manchester City. Well, Manchester City against Arsenal in the FA Cup 4th round. That's going to be a very interesting game, isn't it? Let's see how that works out and whether we can get through and knock out, obviously, one of the favourites. But we'll see. There should be a few changes probably from both team lineups, you would imagine, for that game. So, yeah, but that's coming up on Friday. Actually, before that, just remember, we're doing the Arsenal Women's Week a little bit earlier this week because of the Man City game. So we're going to be kicking off that show about 6:30 this week. We'll get that in before the Man City game. That's on Friday. So please join us for that. And of course, on Sunday, the Arsenal women back in action in the FA Cup themselves in the 4th round. They're playing Leeds at home. The Leeds women's team are in the 3rd tier of women's football. So Arsenal will be massive favourites to win that game. And that'll be the next game for the women after Thursday. So it's a busy week on the channel. Lots of watch-alongs, a couple of good shows as well. So if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, actually. Why don't we do that? We haven't really done that. That game was so exciting. We didn't even get a time to do this today, did we? We didn't get a time to remind you to give us a thumbs up. Not that you should need reminding anyway. I'm sure that you've done it. And also as well, please subscribe as well if that is something that you think you might enjoy what we do. If you are new here, check out some of the other stuff that we've done on the channel. We do the watch-alongs for the men and the women usually. We do panel shows, we have vlogs, we have loads of stuff. It's some great stuff going on. And of course, we have some great guests as well, which is what it's all about, isn't it? I say tomorrow we will have some great guests joining us for the review show. Just need to confirm who's coming on, actually. I'll need to sort that out after this game. I've been busy this weekend. Hopefully we can get that. Hopefully we'll get that sorted for anyway. I'm sure we will. So stay tuned for that. I mean, that is tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Rajendra says there's a chance for the Beth and for Beth and Viv to get better. Well, yeah, I mean they're not going to be able to play in this game, even though it's been called off now, because they're not going to play this season, are they, Beth or Viv? So we don't need to. It's not for them, is it, to play this season? But anyway, hopefully they'll be back next season at some point. I mean, Beth could make the World Cup if she's lucky, but we'll have to see. I'm not really necessarily expecting her to be fit for that, if I'm honest. But who knows? Anyway, we are going to get ready for the second half soon. I'm just going to nip away and get a drink, and we will see you very, very soon for the second half, which is going to be, well, if it's anything like that, it's going to be worth staying tuned for, isn't it? Because it's going to be great. So join us again very, very shortly. I'll see you in about 3 or 4 minutes. So we're back, ready for the second half. It is going to be pretty exciting, I'm sure. If it's anything like that first half, we've got a treat still, haven't we, to come in the second half. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, it should be good. But yeah, just to confirm, the Arsenal women's game is off this evening. So I will have to, actually, that's what I'll do that now quickly. I'll have to cancel the stream that we were doing, unfortunately, because that's off. So there's no point having a stream on, is there? Seeing as the game's not on for us to watch. So yeah, unfortunately, looking forward to that we were, but anyway, next time I'm sure. Just seen a tweet actually from Lotta Woober-Moy. And she has put some money behind the bar at a New Moon pub in Crawley for the Arsenal fans to get a drink and some food. So that's nice, isn't it? Lotta Woober-Moy there, what a legend. Giving the Arsenal fans that have gone down to Crawley for the game a free drink and a bag of crisps. So that's cool, isn't it? So well done to Lotta Woober-Moy for that. What a great gesture that is. But yeah, very good. Anyway, we'll talk about the women's game, of course, later in the week on the women's show. But yeah, shame it was called off. And you got to feel sorry for all the fans that travelled for no game. They'll be gutted, won't they? But anyway, it will get rearranged at some point later in the season now. Probably be midweek. It's a shame actually, because with the Chelsea game getting abandoned, we had an opportunity to go level with them, didn't we, at the top of the table? So yeah, a little bit disappointed that it got called off, but safety of the players obviously is paramount, isn't it? And if the pitch wasn't safe, then the right decision was made to cancel the game rather than do what Chelsea did, play for 6 minutes and then realise the pitch wasn't safe. It's like, well, why didn't you check it before? Anyway, we won't worry too much about that. We'd say that's for another show, isn't it? For now, we're going to look forward to this second half, which will be getting underway in the next few minutes at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. Can Arsenal complete this turnaround? Because I say it was Man United who scored first, and we have had to fight our way back as what we have done, and we've got ourselves. That's what we needed to do. So that's good stuff, isn't it? So I'm just going to cancel that stream from the Brighton game, of course, earlier on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't cancel it completely. I'll just move the date a bit later in the year for the time being. We'll just move it somewhere else for now. I can always change the time of it later. So that with that. Anyway, the teams are in the tunnel now, ready to come out for this second half. And see what's happening. So yeah, it is the team's kind of Manchester United is coming out for this second half in, I say, their white away kit with black shorts and white socks. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1, and what's been a very, very good game of football, and that is the most important thing, isn't it? But well, no, the most important thing is Arsenal winning. But it's been great. It's been such a good open game. Let's hope the second half doesn't get any more. Oh, Arsenal making a substitution. Takahiro Tomiyasu looks as though he's coming on at half time. Is it for Ben White? Now, is that a tactical change? It's unusual for Mikel Arteta to make a tactical change at half time, isn't it? Obviously, Marcus Rashford has been a problem down our right-hand side, hasn't he? Does he feel that Ben White hasn't been coping too well? Is it Ben White that's gone off? We're just going to find out. But it is Takahiro Tomiyasu is on, and we're assuming it's Ben White. It is Ben White that's gone off. Now, is that an injury issue, or is it a tactical move by Mikel Arteta? We'll find out, I'm sure. But unusually, Arsenal made a substitution at half time. Takahiro Tomiyasu is on for Ben White at right back, and he will be kept busy by Marcus Rashford, I'm sure, as Ben White was. I mean, I don't think Ben White was doing too badly, actually, overall. But anyway, maybe there's an injury issue there. Maybe he took a knock in that first half, perhaps. Anyway, we are just about to get underway in this second half. Arsenal will be attacking the goal to our left in this second half, which is the North Bank, of course, the end where we do like to attack more often. So anyway, we have got ourselves off and underway and the ball goes back to Aaron Ramsdale, as it usually does when we kick off, and he's gone far out that far side, and the ball is headed. Strange header actually from Tomiyasu. Someone should have told Tomiyasu that we're actually attacking the other end this half, because he headed the ball as though he was defending the North Bank when actually we were attacking it. And anyway, he has played the ball back to Aaron Ramsdale. We are off and underway in this second half. Arsenal coming forward over on that far side. Martin Odegaard played it in to Eddie Nketiah. Now Tomiyasu is coming forward straight away for Arsenal. He's moved in field, finds Zinchenko, the two fullbacks, very central now. Martinelli in possession for Arsenal, plays the ball forward to Granit Xhaka, who's done well actually. Granit Xhaka did, of course, score in his fixture last season, didn't he? Anyway, Anthony has picked the ball up for Manchester United down this near side, running at Alexander Zinchenko. Good defending though from the Ukrainian, but Anthony does manage to keep the ball. But Thomas Partey steps in. It's going to be a throw to Manchester United over on this near side. Rajendra said, Man United get the refs calls. Yellow card, so it had to be so. Well, I don't think that's necessarily the reason. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I don't think that's the reason personally. Maybe it was. It's unusual for Arteta to do that, though, isn't it? We've had players on yellow cards before; he hasn't taken them off. So I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out. I don't know whether he took a knock. Maybe he did. Did he go down injured in that first half? I can't remember now. But anyway, I'm sure we'll find out. But anyway, whatever happens is he's gone off, and Tomiyasu has come on, which isn't a bad player to bring on, is it? Very dependable, solid defender, a very good player. And Anthony's just conceded a foul there, a foul on Zinchenko, and Anthony's going to get a yellow card as well for that one. Bruno Fernandes isn't very happy with that decision, but I don't know quite what he's moaning about. In fact, it was both of them. I don't know, was it Bruno Fernandes or was it Anthony that actually caught him? They both went in for the challenge there with Zinchenko, and the referees ended up getting a yellow card out. They both got it at the same time. Maybe Anthony just slightly first, and it's Anthony that's got himself a yellow card, his second yellow card of the season, and Bruno Fernandes maybe committed a foul. But anyway, Man United now coming forward. Anthony's got a lot of space to run into on this near side. He's into the penalty. What covering that was there from Thomas Partey? Where did he come from? Brilliant play from Thomas Partey, but covering that was putting on the afterburners there. He looked like a 100-metre sprinter from it. It looked as though Anthony was in over on that near side. He had lots of space there to run into. He maybe overrun the ball slightly, but Thomas Partey came from nowhere and came across and covered. But unfortunately, he couldn't keep the ball in. It's going to be a corner to Manchester United. We've played 48 minutes of this game. Luke Shaw's going to take this corner from this near side. He's going to swing it with his left foot. And he has done so towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Arsenal managed to clear it away, though. Now we've got an option for a counter-attack. Bukayo Saka does well, holds off 2 or 3 challenges, and then manages to find Eddie Nketiah now on this near side. Can he keep it in? He does. This is good play from Nketiah. He's got Martinelli ahead of him, but he maybe took too long to decide. He's still got the ball, actually. He's done well. Finds Bukayo Saka again. Now it's with Martin Odegaard. Arsenal coming forward over on that far side now. Tomiyasu plays it back to Martin Odegaard. Tries to dink it towards the far post. Martinelli's there. Good cover, actually, from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's actually done pretty well for Manchester United as well. Now it's back there with Zinchenko on the edge of the penalty. Zinchenko goes around the outside, dinks a cross in, headed out by Lisandro Martinez. And Man United do get the ball clear, but not very far. Gabriel steps in. Oh, he's gone down. What's the referee giving here? Nothing. Martinelli picks the ball up instead, finds Martin Odegaard. Can he get a shot away on the edge of the box? Oh, he can, but he doesn't really get hold of it, and it's blocked. And Manchester United get the ball away. And now they're coming forward themselves. A long ball over the top, but that should be comfortable for Aaron Ramsdale. And he just plays it out to Granit Xhaka. Nathan says, I did not realise Partey was that quick. No, neither did I. Neither did anybody. I don't know where that came from. He looked like a 100-metre sprinter, didn't he, for a second there? I don't know quite how that happened. Anyway, it was great covering from Thomas Partey. Tomiyasu now plays the ball up the line for Bukayo Saka. Does well. Saka running past Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw hasn't given him a minute's peace, has he? Those two have had a great battle. Martinelli now on this near side for Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli running at Aaron Wan-Bissaka inside the penalty. Can he pull it back to the edge of the 6-yard box? He does. Good covering that was from Rafael Varane. And the ball comes to Anthony now. Tried to play it up the line, but Zinchenko's there. But it's going to be a throw to Manchester United. The second half being played at a similar pace to the first. As we said before, 100 mile an hour. It's been a crazy game at a crazy pace. We've played 50 minutes. It is Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. It's been a brilliant game, let's be honest. Absolutely brilliant game. But so far, it's still 1-1. Anyway, William Saliba now plays the ball square to Gabriel on this near side, plays it back again to William Saliba, plays it into midfield. Switch the play well there, actually, Arsenal. Now it's with Zinchenko over on this near side. Zinchenko coming forward for Arsenal, plays the ball over towards that far side. It wasn't a great ball, and it's a simple header from Luke Shaw. Manchester United do get the ball back into the Arsenal half. Gabriel now coming forward, plays it up this near side to Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli just held up there and plays the ball back to Gabriel, and now square to William Saliba. We've played 51 minutes. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. Not a lot to choose still in the second half between the sides. Very, very even. Terry says there, I'm back. Have I missed anything? No, not really. The second half has been played at a similar pace. Not really too much chances. The one thing that you did miss was, oh, hang on, we're through here, are we? No, we're not, because it's good tackle inside the box there by Martinez. Just it looks as though Granit Xhaka was going to be onto that ball from Martin Odegaard. All you missed was Thomas Partey doing some covering at the back when he turned into Usain Bolt for 10 seconds and ran back and made a recovery tackle on Anthony, who looked like he was going to be clean through. So you missed that, which was quite fun. But other than that, not too much has happened so far. Good tackle that was there from Martinez, actually, as Granit Xhaka threatened to get on the end of that ball. But there's another corner to Arsenal. Again, we played it short. Martin Odegaard tries to get the ball in, but it was blocked. And now Christian Eriksen can bring the ball clear. Okay, no, he can't, because Granit Xhaka's in. He's had a good game for Arsenal today, Granit Xhaka. Bukayo Saka now. He's got Tomiyasu outside over on that far side. Tomiyasu's got the ball now, plays it back to Bukayo Saka. Can he line a cross up? Instead, he runs at Luke Shaw again. And now he fires a shot in. Oh, he scored! Bukayo Saka from 25 yards. That goes up there with Marcus Rashford. That is brilliant, brilliant goal. Almost out of nothing there from Saka. Wow, did he manage to score from there? That is incredible. The turnaround's complete. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. It was so good it deserved a bit more cheering, didn't it, that goal? It was absolutely brilliant stuff from Bukayo Saka. Wow, what a hit that was. Just incredible. I mean, that is just a remarkable goal from Bukayo Saka. Looked like he was going to try and maybe get a cross in initially. He drifted in from that right-hand side, got it onto his left foot, and then bang, he smacked it in that far corner. Incredible, incredible goal. Terry says, Saka. Yeah, so you just got back, Terry. It was you that brought us that goal. It was you coming back. Nathan says, what a goal indeed it was. John says 2-1 Saka. I mean, what a strike that was. Incredible goal from Bukayo Saka. Has given Arsenal the lead from behind. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Incredible, really. What a great goal that was. An Arsenal lead 2-1. Just incredible stuff that is. So cutting from that right-hand side, and then he's fired a shot, curled it round. De Gea couldn't get there, curled in that bottom corner. What a great goal that is. Really, really good stuff. And Arsenal lead. John says there, true team spirit, great comeback. Indeed it is. Nathan says De Gea had no chance. No, he didn't. No chance at all. It's one of them goals, isn't it, where the ball just flies into that bottom corner. The goalie's got no chance. It curled round a couple of bodies. A brilliant, brilliant finish. And Arsenal have turned this around in the early part of this second half. Bukayo Saka with the goal. So that's 3 English goal scorers in this game. I wonder when the last time an Arsenal-Manchester United game had 3 English goal scorers in it. Anyway, that's a slight side topic there. But what a great goal that was. And Arsenal have turned this around. We lead 2-1. And it is Bukayo Saka with the goal. Manchester United looking to try and respond. But when we get ourselves in front, we're very difficult to pin back, aren't we? We've done that this season. Rajendra says that he learned from Rashford. Well, maybe he did. I think that goal maybe it's slightly better than Rashford's maybe. Anyway, I'm sure that'll be talked about. But Man United are now coming forward over on that far side with Rashford. He's done well, got past Tomiyasu. He's still in possession. Marcus Rashford tries a shot. Oh, that's a good save from Ramsdale. Rashford and Ramsdale there, getting confused with me names. It was brilliant effort that was there from Marcus Rashford. How he managed even to get the shot away. But Arsenal still haven't managed to clear the ball away. It is with Anthony on his near side, cuts back inside the penalty area. Anthony tries a shot, lack power, and Arsenal can clear it away. Well, Terry says only Martinelli and Trossard to go. What for your 4-1? Well, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Trossard was going to fancy his chances, isn't he, if he can get on. 55 minutes played at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. And it's been a brilliant game, some brilliant goals. And as things stand, Arsenal are going to go back to being 5 points clear at the top with a game in hand. Don't forget, a game in hand as well on Manchester City. So it's all happening, isn't it? It is all happening this season for Arsenal. Is it going to be another home victory? This one that will be really impressive coming from behind. And it looks as though that's what we're going to be doing anyway. There's still a long way to go yet. And Manchester United are in possession. And Rashford again, just a moment ago, showed how dangerous he's going to be, how dangerous he can be with that effort that produced another save from Ramsdale. Anyway, let's see what happens here. But the Emirates crowd are in great voice, as you would expect. It is Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. Of course, last week, Manchester United came from behind to beat Manchester City. And now it's us that's come from behind to go in front against them. I say not going to say that we've won this game yet. There's a long way to go. But when we're in front, we're very, very difficult to pin back, aren't we? I'm not sure how many times this season we've led and not won. I think it's just that once, isn't it? The away game at Southampton when we were 1-0 up and we were pegged back to 1-1. But other than that, we've won every single time we've led this season. So that's a really positive sign, isn't it? As we move into the last, I say last, we've only played 11 minutes of the second half. There's a long way to go. But they're just showing that Marcus Rashford effort again. That was a great effort. That's a great save, actually, because that could easily have gone. We've got a deflection as well, which makes it an even better save from Aaron Ramsdale. Just got enough on it to push it away. And after his great performance last week at Tottenham as well, Aaron Ramsdale, he is certainly in good form, isn't he, in front of the watching England manager, Gareth Southgate. Not that it's going to make any difference to Gareth Southgate's thinking, I'm sure. Mark C says, terrific strike. It was a really good goal. Anyway, there's some more danger here from Manchester United. Rashford over on that far side. He certainly keep that in. The referee says, no, it's gone out. It's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. We've played 57 minutes. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. There's been some great goals in this game. There's been some great drama. There's been some really exciting football from both teams. It's just been a great game to watch. And there's still a lot more to play. 33 minutes left here at the Emirates. Can Arsenal hold on to this lead or potentially extend it? Who knows? You do feel as though if Arsenal get a third goal, it's definitely all over. And we're coming forward again at Thomas Partey now in midfield, plays the ball up, looking for Eddie Nketiah. That's a good ball in between the fullback and the centre-back there, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka's in with a good block. And Manchester United now have got an opportunity to come forward themselves with Bruno Fernandes. Scott McTominay plays out to that far side. That's a good ball. Luke Shaw's going to keep this in for Manchester United over on that far side in front of the Manchester United fans. Plays it into the box. Fernandes gives it back again to Luke Shaw. Can he get a cross in? He does, and it's deflected behind. It's going to be a corner to Manchester United. Rajendra says there, we have not used Partey's speed in matches. Not really. We've never seen it before, have we? Let's be honest. We've never, ever seen it before. Anyway, it's a corner over on that far side to Manchester United. 58 minutes played in front of those Manchester United fans. They've got a corner. And the stream keeps freezing on me. I do apologise. I'm not quite sure why. It's been fine until now. Anyway, it's going to be Eriksen with his corner over on that far side for Manchester United. He's going to fire this in, is he? Delayed a little bit longer. Now the corner comes in from Aaron Ramsdale didn't really get the header. Comes in from Martinez. It's gone in. It's 2-2. Lisandro Martinez it is with the goal. Ramsdale flapped at that a little bit, you have to say. Couldn't quite get much on it. He couldn't quite get enough distance on the punch. And it's fell to Leandro Martinez, and his header has looped over the Arsenal goalkeeper. I think it was Gabriel on the line. Couldn't quite get it away. And it's Manchester United this time who have come back from behind to draw level at 2-2. Just so it looked as though Arsenal were getting on top. John says 2-2. Martinez indeed. And Terry says no. Yeah, it is Lisandro Martinez. That might be his first goal for Manchester United. I'm not 100% sure. He certainly hasn't scored that many, has he? That was not really great from Aaron Ramsdale, that has to be said. He flapped it out a little bit. And it was a decent header. Gabriel, it was on the line. Couldn't quite get enough on it to head it over the top. And it is an equalising goal for Manchester United from the Argentinian defender. Martinez just managed to flick the header. It's a good finish, actually, to be fair. He had to head it up. Ramsdale didn't really do too well there. And the header looped in over Gabriel on the line, who just headed it into the roof of the net. And it's 2-2. John says there, Ramsdale flapping at it instead of being more dominant. Yeah, he did. He flapped it completely. He needed to either punch it. I don't know whether he thought he could catch it, and then obviously he dropped it, or whether, I don't know, he should have just got to punch it, really, shouldn't he? Just punched it. And then it would have been no danger, but he didn't. And Manchester United have equalised. And again, this game is back in the balance, isn't it? It can still go either way. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 2. We'll be more disappointed now, won't we, that we've thrown away a lead. But you have to say that it's been a very even game. And Marcus Rashford now over on that far side is battling away with Tomiyasu. Rashford's done well, but Tomiyasu's come back at him, but may not pick the ball up again with Anthony. But Arsenal now can come clear with Thomas Partey, but his ball forwards deflected. In fact, it might well be a free kick to Arsenal. There might have been a foul there on Thomas Partey. He's having a dominant game again, isn't he, in midfield? 62.5 minutes played. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 2. And are we going to find a winner? Hopefully it's going to be Arsenal to find a winner, but this game could go either way. We said it all the way through, really. Arsenal coming forward again with Zinchenko towards the edge of the penalty. He's going to try a shot. As you know, he finds Gabriel Martinelli instead, just inside the penalty area. Plays it back to the edge of the box. Martin Odegaard comes in. Good covering that was from Christian Eriksen. Again, those two, again, in a big battle. And it was Eriksen who got in the way. That's a good ball up this far side for Marcus Rashford. Is he onside? I think he is. He's running at Tomiyasu now, just inside the box. Marcus Rashford tries to go around the outside of Tomiyasu. That's much better defending there from the Japanese right back for Arsenal there. He maybe let Rashford get past him once earlier on a little bit too easily, but that time it was much firmer and stronger in the tackle. And he won the ball. And now Arsenal coming forward again. It's very end-to-end again. It's almost like a game of basketball, this. Now it's with Saka over on that far side. Arsenal's second goal scorer inside the box now. Trying to get onto his left foot. Plays it into Eddie Nketiah at the near post. Oh, he got a touch on it. Nketiah, it's deflected behind. It's going to be a corner. Great play from Saka there. Man United gave him space inside at the penalty area. We've already seen how dangerous that can be. He played it square to Eddie. Just tried to flick it in. In fact, I think it was Varane that came across and got the block in. It was Raphael Varane with the block. A good block that was as well. But it has gone behind. In fact, it's a goal kick. Maybe Varane didn't get a touch, or did it come back off Eddie? I'm not quite sure. It looked as though Varane had just deflected that wide, but it is a goal kick, which Manchester United have now taken. Play it forward up that far side, but it's going to run through to William Saliba, and he plays it back to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. I would say he's at fault for that goal. He should have been more dominant there, as we said. Maybe should have punched it. John says there, Rashford shouldn't be allowed the space to run so much at Arsenal. No, he shouldn't. I mean, he's caused us lots of problems, Marcus Rashford. And you'd imagine that if we are going to win this game, or certainly if we're not going to lose, we're going to have to try and shut that off, aren't we? Because he's been really, really dangerous. Anyway, is Arsenal in possession? Thomas Partey plays the ball up to Martin Odegaard, takes it well, Plays it back into midfield to Zinchenko. Now it's Thomas Partey again. Now it's Zinchenko again. Plays it out to that far side to Martin Ødegaard. Bukayo Saka went off ahead of him. He's cut back inside though. Ødegaard finds Partey. This is good now from Arsenal. Got it to this near side to Gabriel Martinelli. He's going to run at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's held him up though, but he plays it back to Partey. Now it's into Zinchenko. Now Jack has got space inside the box. Plays it across. It's going to come to Martin Ødegaard. Shot comes in. Oh, it's deflected just wide. Oh, it looked like Granit Xhaka had a big chance there. It was well blocked, actually. Man United have defended well, you have to say, at times in this game. Xhaka there had a little bit of space. Instead of shooting, he played it across the box. It ended up coming out to Martin Ødegaard about 12 yards out. His shot's been deflected, but it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. Martinelli's going to take it on this near side. Gabriel Martinelli with the corner. It goes long towards the far post. Header comes in, but it's gone wide. I think it was Gabriel who's just headed wide there at the far post. Tight angle. Terry says, Ødegaard. Yeah, it came to him quickly. He got a touch, and just as he tried to hit it there, it was actually Eriksen. It got deflected off. I think that was going in, actually. Really good piece of defending there from Christian Eriksen. But now Man United have taken that goal kick. The ball's gone back to David De Gea. They're not trying to play it out from the back, actually, knocking the ball around. 66 minutes played, well, midway through this second half. The pace has not relented in this game, you have to say. And it is Arsenal 2, Manchester United 2. This is like the old days, isn't it? When these two teams used to meet and go head-to-head like this. And that's what it's been like tonight. It's been a great game. And it is currently 2-2. Either team could win this game, and I'm sure both teams feel as though they can. John says, I hope Arteta makes decisive changes in the next few minutes, puts ESR and Trossard on. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of a dilemma in a sense that obviously we want to try and win the game, but we don't want to lose the game, do we? You won't want to disrupt the shape of the team too much, will he? So I'm not sure he'll bring both of them on, because that would maybe change the shape completely, wouldn't it? So hopefully, though, with 15 minutes to play or so, he might well get Trossard on. And a bit of an unknown in a sense, isn't he, for Manchester United? Anyway, Luke Shaw it was with that cross then, hit blocked by Tomiyasu. It's a throw to Manchester United in front of their fans over on that far side. Well, Manchester United are making a sub now. It's going to be Fred coming on, the Brazilian Fred, who is coming. I'm not quite sure who's going to be going off. We'll find out very, very shortly, but that's the first change for Manchester United. Of course, we did make a sub at half-time, didn't we? Let's not forget. Tomiyasu came on for Ben White. We think that might be an injury issue as to why that substitution happened. Manchester United now in possession on this near side. Anthony plays it back to Varane. He goes back to Martinez at the Manchester United goal scorer there. Second goal, the equaliser. Head out from about 10 yards. Not great play from Aaron Ramsdale, you have to say, which led to that goal. But let's hope it doesn't come back to cost us too much and we can still go on and win this game. But it's all to play for still, isn't it? As we move down towards the final 20 minutes. And yes, the substitutions, let's see. I'd like to see at least one change coming up very soon. Trossard is the one we all want to see, obviously, for his debut. Anyway, Zinchenko now in possession, finds Gabriel. Granit Xhaka now plays the ball to William Saliba. Now it's with Tomiyasu on that far side. Arsenal just keeping possession now. Mark says there, Martinelli just doesn't want to take Wan-Bissaka on the outside. No, he doesn't seem to want to, no. But then you see, that's the problem when you play with inverted wingers. They're always looking to cut back inside, aren't they? And Wan-Bissaka's read that well today. He's almost like preempted that, hasn't he? John says White wasn't at the races today, and that was a good move, especially with a yellow card. Yeah, no, I mean, he was struggling against Rashford, but then Tomiyasu's been struggling against Rashford as well, because Rashford is just in great form, isn't he? So, yeah, I'm not sure if did he get a knock-on injury? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm sure we'll find out later. But anyway, Arsenal are coming forward again now. Granit Xhaka plays it out to Bukayo Saka on that far side. Bukayo Saka, is he going to repeat what he did before? He's going to go for a shot again. He does. Oh, this one's just wide. He tried to find that bottom corner again. Exactly the same move that he brought there for the second goal for Arsenal, cutting in from that right-hand side, pinged on a left foot shot, looking to try and pop it in that bottom corner. I think this one may well have got a deflection. When he's in that sort of form, in fact, it was deflected off Christian Eriksen. That's probably, in fact, it's hit the bottom of the post. Wow, it was a bit closer than it looked, actually. It did get a slight deflection off Christian Eriksen, and that's probably what took it away from the goal, actually, the fact that it got that deflection there off Christian Eriksen. It just hit the outside of the post, that one, with De Gea beaten again. Nathan S is so close it was. And now the substitution for Manchester United, it is Fred coming on for them, the Brazilian. I'm not quite sure who it was that's going off. I didn't see because the stream has frozen again. Oh, hang on, we're back up and running now. It is Anthony who's going off. One Brazilian for another. Anthony is going off and Fred is coming on with 20 minutes to play. You could say that's a slightly defensive move from Manchester United. Is Erik ten Hag looking for the draw, which, in the circumstances, probably wouldn't be a bad result for them, would it? Anyway, Fred's come on to replace Anthony. John says Rashford is playing so well. Ten Hag has transformed his confidence. Here he has. He's been brilliant this season, Marcus Rashford. I mean, he's been brilliant today. And Nathan says Anthony's gone off. Yeah, it was Anthony. Yeah, just caught up now. So yeah, slightly defensive move, you could say, for Manchester United. But anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal following that effort to hit the post. Martinelli's going to take this corner to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed out though by a Manchester United defender. And now Christian Eriksen should complete the clearance. We are now into the final 20 minutes here at the Emirates. Are we going to get some late drama, which would maybe be fitting with the game, which has been full of drama, it's been full of quality, it's been full of great attacking intent from both teams, and it could still go either way. Martinelli now on this near side does really well. Martinelli again, though, can he get a shot in? Oh, it's just blocked. One time he did manage to get past Wan-Bissaka, actually. We were just saying he hasn't taken him on the outside. He didn't then. He cut inside. Couldn't quite get his shot away. And again, Manchester United are going to bring the ball clear. And they have defended well, Manchester United, you have to say at times. And yeah, we haven't quite been at the races going forward always. But anyway, Zinchenko now coming forward for Arsenal over on that far side. That's a good ball out to Tomiyasu. Arsenal still looking to try to get back in front again and get all 3 points today. Just in case you wasn't aware, Manchester City did win. They beat Wolves 3-0 earlier. Haaland hat-trick. So the gap at the start of play was only 2 points. It would only be 3 if it stays like this. Although we do have a game in hand, of course, let's not forget, on Manchester City, because they, of course, played in a week, didn't they? But anyway, let's just try and win this game and not worry too much about anything else. Zinchenko now in possession for Arsenal over on that far side. He's actually going on his own, Zinchenko, inside the penalty area. The ball falls 0-2. Bukayo Saka plays it back to Tomiyasu. Next with Saka again. Now Tomiyasu on the overlap. Can he dink a ball towards the penalty spot? He does. Good defensive header away though from Scott McTominay. Manchester United again defending well when they've needed to. And Arsenal not quite able to get in behind it too often. William Saliba now for Arsenal plays it to Granit Xhaka. Arsenal still in possession though, going forward here, looking for that breakthrough, which may well be the winning goal now. You would assume if anybody scores now, you think it's going to probably be the winner. John says there, Anthony is another overpriced, overhyped player. Even Man United fans say that, yeah, he's not. He looks as though he should be better than what he is, doesn't he? He's got the attributes, he's got pace. But yeah, he's not quite managed to produce it, has he? But it's only his first season in England. He might well settle in and become a great player, mightn't he? We'll have to see. Terry says, I heard he threatened Rashford with selling him to Spurs if he didn't back his ideas up. Well, I mean, that's that is obviously something that you don't want to happen, is it? So that might be what's happened. Anyways, Zinchenko now on his near side for Arsenal, dinks across into the edge of the 6-yard box, too close to David De Gea, and we're into the last 17 and a half minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 2. It's been end-to-end stuff in this game. And both teams probably at this moment in time still feel they can win it. And why not? It's there for the taking this game, isn't it? The 3 points are there for somebody. Can we find the goal? Or will it be Manchester United? Both teams have led and been pulled back. It's been that sort of a game. And you have to say a draw probably would be a fair result, really. Oh, we don't want to draw. We want to win. But it's Manchester United now coming forward over on that far side. But as has been said before, if you can't win a game, the most important thing is not to lose, and that's something as well in the back of our minds, and I'm sure in the back of Arteta's mind as well. But we are coming down to the sort of point in the game where you kind of want to see a positive substitution made, don't you? You want to see a positive change to try to win the game. And yes, there's no guarantee it'll work, and we may not win the game. But at least you want to see Arteta be proactive. You know, we've got Smith Rowe and Trossard on the bench, players that are match winners on their day, and he needs to start to think about bringing them on, definitely. But so far he hasn't. And as things stand, it is still 2-2 anyway. Manchester United trying to come forward over on that far side, but Arsenal just about deal with that. And Gabriel finds Zinchenko, but he's just lost out actually there to Scott McTominay. Plays the ball through. It's going to come to Christian Eriksen in the box. No, it isn't, because William Saliba's in. Oh, a dangerous moment now. We are now into the last 15 minutes. Terry saying there, come on, Arteta, get Trossard on. Yeah, indeed, yeah. Look, I just want to see him make a positive substitution to try and win the game. You know, against Newcastle, when we were drawing in the last sort of 10, 15 minutes, we didn't really have anyone on the bench at that point to bring on, did we? Smith Rowe was injured. We hadn't bought Trossard. So now we've got options. I want to see him be proactive and make a positive substitution to try to win the game. That's what I want to see him do. But we've played 76 minutes and it still hasn't happened. It's a free kick though to Arsenal. Rashford was offside there over on that far side. Rajendra says there, Eddie is smart in his challenges. Yeah, he is, yeah. But, you know, we need something different now, don't we? We need a change to try and win this game. And I want to see Arteta be brave. And that's what I want to see him do, make a positive substitution. Anyway, Arsenal trying to come forward now in midfield. Thomas Partey does well. Gets the ball back to Williams. Leaving now Thomas Partey again, striding forward from midfield. This is a great run from Thomas Partey. Is he going to get a shot away? Oh, he tried to find Eddie Nketiah. It comes to Saka, does it? No, it doesn't. Again, Luke Shaw's done well defensively today. And this is now Manchester United on a counter-attack. That's a ball played through in the inside. Tomiyasu's gone through. Oh, dear me there. Who was that running behind? Rashford it was. Claims he was fouled inside the box. Under pressure there. Tomiyasu actually got there first. Knocked the ball past Aaron Ramsdale and Rashford went down. I don't know whether VAR are looking at it. I haven't seen a replay of it yet. It didn't look like a penalty, but we'll have to see. The ball hasn't gone out of play, so we're still playing on. Tomiyasu now is coming forward over on the far side. It was him involved, him and Ramsdale between them. Brought that attack to an end anyway. Bukayo Saka now again looking to get around the outside. He puts across the edge of 6 yards. Martinelli, he's got time on his chest. Oh, couldn't quite get a shot away. He might do now, Martinelli. He does get a shot away. It hits Lisandro Martinez. It's gone behind. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. And maybe we'll get to see that incident up the other end again. We shall see. John says there, exactly, put Trossard on at least. He'll be chomping at a bit. Exactly, yeah. Bring him on. I will be bringing him on. You want a positive substitution, don't you? Terry says, Rashford joining the Tom Daly dive school. I didn't really see that, to be honest. We'd have to look at a replay. I didn't see exactly what happened, whether it was a foul or not. It wasn't given. It looks like VAR must have checked it because the game's carrying on. We've now got this corner over on that far side with 12 minutes to play. Can we get a goal now which would surely win it? You would imagine a goal this late. But who knows with this game? It's flowed from end to end, hasn't it? Saka with that corner. It's headed out. Only as far as Zinchenko plays it up this near side to Eddie Nketiah, looking to try to get a cross in. He's got Wan-Bissaka. He goes around the outside of him. Oh, it's great defending there, actually, from Wan-Bissaka. Really good defending from him. Plays the ball forward, but it isn't going to fall to a Manchester United player. And William Saliba steps in. Mark says there, time for Trossard or ESI. It is, but Arteta doesn't want to do it, does he? Is he scared? Why isn't he trying to win this game? And he plays the ball across to Martin Odegaard. Now it's with Zinchenko. Can he get a shot away? Tried to play the ball through. Scott McTominay's in the way. He does now manage to find Gabriel Martinelli though, on this near side. Gabriel Martinelli plays it into Xhaka, tries to get it back. But Wan-Bissaka's there again. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. Wan-Bissaka's done well, actually, today for Manchester United. It's a brilliant tackle just a moment ago. Eddie tried to go around the outside of him there. And he did really well there, Wan-Bissaka. He gets that wrong and it's a penalty. But he timed it well. It was a great tackle. But anyway, Arsenal have got a corner now over on this near side. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes. Martinelli is with this corner. Swings it out towards the edge of 6-yard box. David De Gea's there with a punch, only as far as Zinchenko. Now it's over on that far side. Bukayo Saka into the box. Cuts inside. Is he going to find a shot this time again? Dinks it to the far post. Header comes in. Oh, Man United don't really clear it away. Xhaka puts it back in the box. Gabriel still it's bobbling around in that Man United penalty area. It won't quite fall for an Arsenal body, and in the end they do clear it away. William Saliba over on that far side. Arsenal piling the pressure on them inside these last 10 minutes. Lovely back heel there from Saka. Odegaard inside the box. Tries to play it across to Granit Xhaka. Oh, it was Bruno Fernandes there with a challenge. And David De Gea with a weird punch. You could have caught that. Anyway, Arsenal still in possession. Thomas Partey now plays it up this near side to Gabriel Martinelli inside the penalty. Tried to play it across. Good defending again from Manchester United. And they do now get the ball clear, but not for long. Comes back to Gabriel there. Zinchenko did well. Now it's with Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli having a run at that Manchester United defence. He's got Granit Xhaka just here on this near side, but Granit Xhaka just loses out to Scott McTominay. And now Manchester United can maybe try to launch a counter-attack of their own. Wan-Bissaka finds McTominay again, lays it back to Bruno Fernandes, and that's a long ball over on that far side, looking for the run there of Christian Eriksen, but good defensive play from Bukayo Saka. In fact, there's a handball there. It's going to be a free kick. Or is it an offside? I know it's a head injury to, looks like Bruno Fernandes is going to have to get some treatment. John says there, it's amazing VAR didn't give it. Players still diving even though they know it will be checked. But VAR is so unreliable. They could give it. You're right. I mean, we've seen them given, haven't we? Let's be honest. So, you know, it wouldn't be a surprise if it had been given, but it wasn't, luckily. Terry says, Arteta may as well brought Trossard in the summer if they're going to try and win these games. Well, exactly. I don't understand that. It just makes no sense. Absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. In fact, Trossard is ready to come on. We just said that. He's just stripped and ready. Trossard is going to be making his Arsenal debut and he's coming on now. Lisandro Trossard is coming on for Arsenal with 9 minutes to play. Well, 8 minutes actually now. Not sure who's going off quite yet. It is actually Gabriel Martinelli. He had a decent game today, but yeah, he didn't really get him behind enough, did he? And Leandro Trossard is coming on with 8 minutes to play. Now, let's see. This is what we want to see, didn't we? We wanted to... And I just showed that Marcus Rashford thing again, actually. Actually, Aaron Ramsdale made a bit of a kind of pig's ear of that as well, didn't he? He came out and didn't get the ball at all. Completely missed it. And then almost... I mean, it wasn't a foul. Anyway, John says, I think Arteta's playing for a point. Well, he's brought Trossard on now. Here we go, says Mark, indeed. John says, hooray, even to see him on. But he should have done it earlier. Yeah, he should have done it earlier, but he is on now. Let's see what he can do. Leandro Trossard playing from that left-hand side. Luke Shaw has just fouled Bukayo Saka, and Luke Shaw is going to get a yellow card this time. It wasn't him in the first half that got one. It was Mikel Arteta, as we said. But Luke Shaw has got himself a yellow card now for that foul there on Saka. He actually won the ball, and he did catch him, though, just after. He got a touch on the ball, and then he caught his foot. But anyway, he's got himself a yellow card, Luke Shaw. And Arsenal now got a free kick over on that far side. That's Luke Shaw's fourth of the season. Terry says there, come on, Trossard, score now, instant legend. Indeed. Can he do a Freddie Ljungberg, like we said before, scoring his debut, coming on against Manchester United? He's got 7 minutes still to do it. It would be an incredible debut if he did. I just want to see him have an impact in this game, because that's what he's been brought in for, isn't he? To have an impact. And he has got 8 minutes or so, 7 minutes to make an impact in this game. There's free kicks over on that far side. He's just loitering around, Trossard, actually. The ball now played in towards the edge of the penalty area. It's not really cleared away by Manchester United. It's bobbling around. It's a shot there from Eddie Nketiah. Oh, good save from David De Gea. He would have seen that late. Eddie Nketiah there, so close to getting what would surely be the winning goal. That was a really good save, actually, from De Gea. He's not had too many saves to make in this game, really. But the ball there, Maynard couldn't really clear it. It fell to Eddie. Instant shot on the turn. And that is a great save, you have to say, from the goalkeeper, David De Gea there. Maynard couldn't really clear the ball away. It was Thomas Partey, was it? In the end, it fell to Nketiah. And that was a really good save. Long throw comes in from Thomas Partey. Headed on, headed out. Falls now to Zinchenko. Plays it back to Tomiyasu. Arsenal finishing this game really strongly. Gabriel now plays it back to Tomiyasu. Again, it bubbles around in the penalty area. Terry says there are Eddie, indeed. Nathan says it has to be 3-2. Yeah, it was a really good save, wasn't it? It's a save very similar to Nick Pope's yesterday, wasn't it? Not the same sort of save, but of how good a save it was, how important a save it was. It was up there, wasn't it, with that? Anyway, Arsenal still coming forward now. Can we get the goal? Saka inside the box, plays it across. Oh, it was a bit of a misclick clearance there from Aaron Wan-Bissaka as Trossard was looking to get on the end of it there. Was touching an Arsenal shirt there. I don't think he's touched the ball yet. He's been on about 2 minutes, but he's going to touch the ball now because he's taking a corner. This is going to be his first involvement for Arsenal. Leandro Trossard with the corner towards the near post. A decent ball headed out by Manchester United, but not really that far. It's headed back in, but it's going to fall to David De Gea. It was Gabriel's header there. And then David De Gea's gone down. It's going to be a free kick, actually. Eddie Nketiah it was, who maybe caught him. I didn't really see what happened there, actually. I don't think it was on purpose. Clearly, Eddie's not that sort of player, as we know. But David De Gea's gone down, holding his shoulder. Let's see what happened there. Oh, I don't know. Eddie just grabbed his arm, actually, as he tried to run past him. Anyway, it didn't look like it would have hurt that much. Anyway, it's a free kick to Manchester United. We're into the last 4 minutes of normal time. Are we going to see some late drama here? We just did there. Great save. Eddie didn't quite find the corner with that shot, though, did he? An instant shot on the turn, a good effort. In the end, it was just slightly too close to the head. Gave him the option to a good save. It was a really good save. But, yeah, Eddie, if he'd found a corner, that's a goal. Manchester United now, they're looking to maybe try and win it themselves. It's Christian Eriksen inside the box. Christian Eriksen's shot. Was it deflected? It was. Good defending by Gabriel. Nathan says they're dirty, cheating, time waster. Yeah, you're probably right. And Terry says De Gea been shot. Yeah, he looked like he'd been shot, didn't he? When he just literally got his arm knocked slightly. Anyway, it's a corner to Manchester United in the last 3.5 minutes. Are we going to see some real drama here in the closing stages of a game that's brought us a lot of excitement, a lot of drama, a lot of good football? And it's another corner now to Manchester United. Luke Shaw is with it on this near side in towards the edge of the penalty. A good header away though from Gabriel. Eddie Nketiah trying to get there. I know it was Bukayo Saka. He was caught there slightly late. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Anthony Taylor's waving everybody away. It was Aaron Wan-Bissaka with the foul. As Arsenal looking to try to get a counter-attack there. It was a 50-50 really. Saka just got there first and he just caught the foot there of Wan-Bissaka as he knocked the ball past him. I mean, it's clearly a foul. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Saka, thankfully, is back on his feet again and he's okay. Not sure whether Wan-Bissaka got a yellow card for that, actually. Anyway, I don't think he did. And Arsenal take the free kick now over on that far side. Trossard hasn't really got in the game yet. He's only had the only touch he's had was that he took a corner. Anyway, let's see if he can come up with some moment of magic in these last few minutes to win us this game. But the ball currently is back with Aaron Ramsdale. Plays it to Gabriel. Xhaka's dropped in. Instead, he goes long. Trossard there just misses out. And Manchester United now can come forward themselves. But that wasn't a great ball. Good defending by William Saliba. And now Trossard making his first real impact for Arsenal. A run down this left-hand side finds Eddie Nketiah. Now it's back with Granit Xhaka. Martin Odegaard lets that run to Tomiyasu over on the far side. Bukayo Saka now cutting inside. Can he find another moment of magic in this game? Not on that particular occasion. Manchester United managed to get out of that problem. And they're trying to come forward themselves. Oh, that was a strange ball. But Martinez manages to keep it in. But Arsenal want to throw over on that far side. There's just over a minute of normal time remaining. Are we going to get this late dramatic winner for Arsenal? It's certainly been Arsenal's a team pressing in these last 10 minutes to try to win the game. But so far, just that one big chance from Eddie Nketiah, which was saved by De Gea. Are we going to get another chance now? Trossard, a little bit of space to have a run. Is this going to be the moment for Trossard? He finds Zinchenko, pulls the ball back towards the edge of the penalty area. Oh, it's touched in by Eddie. It's the goal. Is it been given? I think he's onside. And I think Arsenal have won it at the death. 3-2. Zinchenko's cross it was. Somehow the ball's come to the far post. Eddie's there to tap it in. Leandro Trossard was involved in that move as well. Unbelievable scenes at the Emirates. I think the goal's been given. He looked like he may have been offside, but I don't think he is. Wow, late drama here. Eddie Nketiah with the goal. Trossard played a big part in that. What a run that was from the Belgium down that left-hand side. It was his run forward there. He turned, run at the Manchester United defence, found Zinchenko on this near side. Zinchenko's onside when that ball's played. He then played it back to the edge of the penalty area. Oh, I don't know, was he offside? Oh, it's a goal check here. I think, not really sure. Can't really tell from the angle that we've got. And I think he's onside. I think he's onside because Wan-Bissaka's. Here he's onside. He's hang on. Oh, I don't know. His legs forward. Oh, I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't know what they're going to do. His leg is forward there, Eddie Nketiah. And he finishes from inside the 6-yard box again. Not sure if this is going to be given. They're certainly looking at it a lot. There's a lot of replays. It's not really that replay that they need. It's been given. It's been given. He's not offside. It's been given. Arsenal are ahead in stoppage time. Eddie Nketiah with the goal. Wow. John says there, please give it. Well, they have given it. There was a delay there for the VAR. It was very, very tight, wasn't it? Wow, incredible stuff. Terry says that's a goal. Yes, Eddie, it is a goal. Incredible stuff that was. The ball was flicked on by Ødegaard and it was flicked in from close range by Eddie, the fox in the box. And Leandro Trossard has made a big impact. You know, that's what we said. That's what we bought him for, to come off the bench and make an impact, and he has. It was his run that led to that goal. Zinchenko's cross flicked on by Ødegaard, and Eddie Nketiah has flicked it in. VAR has given a goal. We are in stoppage time. And I don't know how much stoppage time is going to be, because it hasn't quite come up yet. I didn't see it. But it looks like Arsenal have won this at the death. Eddie Nketiah, wow, what a game he's had. He's in great goal scoring form as well, isn't he? Terry says, bring on City. Well, yeah, it's the FA Cup, but, you know, is that quite a priority? But the way we're playing at the minute, who knows? Anyway, we are into stoppage time. I'm still not quite sure how much stoppage time is going to be. You see, you make that positive substitution, gets Trossard on, and we win the game. And then Man United have made an attacking substitution as well. Garnacho's come on for Varane in these final minute. Mark says, then did something happen? I went to make a cup of tea. Yeah, there has been. Yeah, Arsenal have scored. John says, yeah, we said it. Trossard impact worked. It did, yeah. And this is what we said, didn't we? You know, we bought him to come on and make an impact in these games, and that's what he's done. He hasn't scored. Oh, now we make the other substitution. Rob Holding's coming on for these last. I don't know how much the stoppage time there is, because it hasn't still come up, so I don't really know. We've played 2.5 minutes of stoppage time already. Obviously, there was a VAR check. Martin Ødegaard it is that's coming off. Great game from him today. He's going to probably get that assist for the winning goal, or what looks like to be the winning goal. Well, it will be the winning goal now. Rob Holding's coming on. Nothing's getting past him in these last few minutes, is it? Because it just never does, because he's Rob Holding, isn't he? John says there, Arteta must have tuned in and heard us saying it. Yeah, hopefully. Maybe he did. I don't know. But yeah, he definitely made the right substitution there. Terry says Arteta to make some subs, kill some time. He's just brought on Rob Holding. Man United coming forward again. Now, they haven't quite given this up yet. Good defensive header though from Zinchenko. Arsenal getting very close. I'm not quite sure how much time's left, because it hasn't come up, the stoppage time. We've played over 3 minutes though, but let's be honest, some of that was the goal, the VAR check. There's been 2 substitutions as well. Man United are coming forward now, throwing everything forward to try to get the equaliser. Trossard again has done really well. Lisandro Trossard running at that Manchester United defence again, finds Eddie Nketiah on a hat-trick now, of course, Eddie Nketiah, but he's going to go to the corner flag, and why not? In fact, he's done well, Eddie Nketiah. That's a nice ball inside, looking for Trossard again, but Granit Xhaka picks it up. It's just going to be the moment to kill the game off. Trossard does well. Trossard, lovely feet from Trossard on the edge of the box. And he couldn't quite manage to get a shot away. Paul says there, Arsenal fast becoming one of my favourite teams. Every time they play, I win money. Well, I stopped betting on Arsenal in 1983. I'm never going to bet on them again. And we've played over 4 minutes of stoppage time. We don't know how much stoppage time there was meant to be, but we have played nearly 4.5 minutes, and we still play on. This is like the old days. You don't know when the referee's going to blow the whistle. Oh, in fact, he has blown it. It's gone. The game's over. We've won. It has finished there at the Emirates. What a game. Incredible, incredible stuff. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. Wow, what drama, what excitement, what a game. It was Marcus Rashford gave Man United the lead in the first half with a great goal. Eddie headed Arsenal level in that first half. In the second half, it was Arsenal went ahead. Bukayo Saka with a great goal, cutting in from that right-hand side. But Manchester United got level. A header from Lisandro Martinez following a mistake from Aaron Ramsdale from a Man United corner. Looked as though it was going to be a draw, but Arsenal threw everything at it in that last 10 minutes. Leandro Trossard came on, and it was his run that created the goal. He found Zinchenko on this left-hand side. Zinchenko's pullback foul was flicked on by Martin Odegaard. Eddie turned it home from inside the 6-yard box. There was a hint of offside. There was VAR. The goal was given in the final minute. Arsenal have won 3-2. We've gone back 5 points clear at the top with a game in hand. Incredible stuff. Phil says there, what a close game, hard-fought win. It was a very, very hard-fought win and a great win. Paul says, yeah, I'm a Newcastle fan, so I very rarely put money on them. No, never put money on your own team. There's too much at stake. Terry says, well played, Super Sub Holding. Yeah, I don't think he touched the ball, did he? Mark C says, I've waited a damn long time for that. Well, we all waited a long time for that. And Nathan says, cracking game and huge result. Great commentary as ever. Enjoy your evening. Cheers, mate, and yourself. We'll speak tomorrow at work, I'm sure. Kenneth's in the chat there. He says, great result for the Toon getting. Yeah, well, it was a good result for the Toon, of course, because it means Manchester United, you stay in third place, don't you? You know, we do you guys a favour as well. You know, that's how it works. But Arsenal have won this game in the most dramatic of styles. 3-2 in stoppage time. Eddie Nketiah with 2 goals. We are now 5 points clear. At the halfway point in the season, I've got 50 points at the halfway stage. Wow. Can we repeat these next 19 games with the previous 19? Get 100 points. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Anyway, Phil says, have we played anyone yet? No, we've not played anyone yet. No one at all. And we've got no one left to play. So the same 19 teams. Paul says, a great result for you guys. No, it is a great result, yeah. But Jenna says, we're playing like champions. We are. Excuse me. We're playing like we've got the belief of champions. And I think that's perhaps the most important thing. You know, you have to say that a year ago, 2 years ago, we wouldn't have won this game. Even earlier on this year, we wouldn't have won this game. But to do it in that fashion, you know, brilliant. I have to say, Trossard made an impact we wanted from him. You know, £21 million. It's not a great deal of money in this market. He's a very, very good player. We saw that, and yeah, we've got the win. Majendra says, Man U beaten properly. Well, they were beaten, just about beaten, but it was good. John says, great coverage again, Richard. That was a massive win. It was indeed. Majendra says, Trossard did not look out of place. No, he didn't. He looked very much in place, didn't he? It took him a little while to get going, and I'm sure in the next few games he may well get more minutes on the pitch. I think he may well start the game at Manchester City on Friday in the FA Cup. We'll see. But yeah, he made a big impact there. Thomas Partey was brilliant in midfield as well. Everyone played well today. In fact, I didn't think there was a bad player on the pitch from either team. There were some great goals there. Eddie poached 2. Saka got a fantastic goal. You know, Marcus Rashford got a fantastic goal. Jesus is there celebrating as well on the pitch. Obviously out injured, and Mohamed El Neni was injured as well. You can see the togetherness in this group of players, can't you? Not just the 11 that's playing, but the rest of them as well. And brilliant stuff. Eddie getting the plaudits tonight. 2 goals from him has won us the game. And yeah, wow, what a game that was. Incredible stuff. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. Well, a game of the weekend. One of the games of the season, let's be honest. Brilliant stuff. Wow. Need to try and get our breath back now after all that, don't we? Because that was incredible, wasn't it? Such a great game. And, you know, both teams deserve a lot of credit for that, actually, the way they set out that game. But you have to say, last 10, 15 minutes, Arsenal threw everything at it. And that's what we want to see. You know, if we hadn't got the winner, at least we went for it to try to do it. But we managed to get the winner. Eddie it was. And, yeah, fantastic stuff. And we've picked up another 3 points. 50 points. 50. from 19 games, 50 points. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad, is it at all? Regenda says, your commentary is the best. Well, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate all your support that you've given me and on the channel. All you guys in the chat, actually. It's great to, we've got a great little community here. I really enjoy it. And I'm glad you lot enjoy it too. So, at top of the table, Arsenal then, 19 played, 50 points. Man City, 20 played, 45 points. Newcastle, 20 played, 39 points. Manchester United, 20 played, 39 points. Tottenham, 20 played, 33 points. What a shame. John says there, well done Nketiah, well done Arsenal indeed. Terry says there, what a boring game to watch. Shame the women ain't playing to make the weekend. But yeah, no, it is a shame the women aren't playing. Yeah, game got called off. Just to confirm that Arsenal women's game is off. It got postponed this afternoon. So there will be no watch along after this game, unfortunately, tonight due to the freezing weather conditions. But hopefully the weather's going to get a bit warmer this week. You see, this is a problem, isn't it? With all this trying to reduce the Earth's temperature, we're going to have to suffer a lot more games called off, aren't we? Because of the frozen pitches. So that's the price you're going to have to pay. Me, I'm just going to think, no, let's not worry. Let's just try and make a warmer planet, so we can actually enjoy the sunshine rather than freezing to death and having games called off. Regenda says that was an exciting game, full of incidents, but not full of fouls or tricky. No, it was a really good game, wasn't it? I think both teams deserve a lot of credit for the performances that they gave. Exciting end-to-end football. And Arsenal, I probably did just shade it for that last 10, 15 minutes. Bringing Trossard on was, made a big difference. And yeah, what a big win. What a big win. And well done, Eddie, the little poacher in the box there. Regina says both teams played well, and we did better. Exactly. Well, we did better because we won the game. We got the third goal right at the very end there. Wow, exciting stuff. But yeah, brilliant stuff. John says there, Mikhailo Mudryk. Well, yeah, don't worry about him. We've got Leandro Trossard. He's much better, so we're fine. And we're so far clear of Chelsea in points in the table. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that game had it all, didn't it? Great goals, incident, excitement. Both teams led and were pulled back. And a last-minute dramatic winner that was given by VAR. So yeah, it had everything, didn't it? I mean, what a great game. Emerson in the chat there, he says, brilliant game, big win. Exactly, it was a brilliant game. I think that's the one thing, isn't it? It was such a good game of football. And it was two teams trying to win the game. And in the end, we were too strong, wasn't we? That last 10 minutes, brilliant. And great to see Trossard make such an impact as well. Regenda says we just need to keep winning. Well, of course, we win every game, we've won the league. In fact, we can even afford to lose one and win all the others and we'll still win the league. In fact, we can maybe lose. Oh, no, we can't lose. Yeah, we could lose two. Because if we win our game in hand, that puts us 8 points clear on the same number of games. So we could lose two and still win the league if we win all the others. But let's not lose any. That's what I don't want to see. Regina says it will give us the right mentality. Now, I mean, I thought, it was a big test today going behind and been able to come back in the way that we did. And then we got ourselves in front. We were pegged back. And then we still managed to come back and win it. And this isn't, this is a good Manchester United side. They're a decent team. We saw that today. They've got some very good players. So, yeah. And, that just proves that this team has got, we've questioned it on the show over this season. We've questioned it about, whether Arsenal have got the mentality needed in these sort of games. And we showed last week at Tottenham, we went away there, dominated that game, 1-2-0. We've proved it again today against a good Manchester United side, came from behind, won in the last minute. That's showing that mentality. And that's what we wanted to see. And all we need now is, we've got a lot more big tests to come. We're only halfway through the season. Let's remember that. We've played 19 games now. We're halfway through. But yeah, we look as though we've got the quality, we've got the mentality. And with Trossard now, Smith Rowe fit, we've got some options on the bench to come on and win us games. And hopefully one or two more signings still might arrive. We've still got, 9 days left of the window, haven't we? So let's see what happens there. John says that was a classic Arsenal v Man United game. My United mates are saying it was offside. Well, I mean, that's what VAR is for, isn't it? And I mean, let's be honest, Man United can't really talk about offside, can they, after their goal last week? That's offside. Eddie may well have been slightly offside. I'm not sure if he was. But anyway, he was nowhere near as much offside as Rashford last week, was he? So they can shut up if they're moaning about offside, can't they? But yeah, it was. That's the mentality that we need from this Arsenal team. It's the mentality we're going to need going forward for the rest of the season, and the signs are that that's going to happen. Because look at that mentality today, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, let's hope that we can push on from here and keep going, because it's just been fantastic, hasn't it? Brilliant performance from Arsenal. Brilliant the way that we the character that we showed, and that's what it's about, isn't it? Having that character to be able to win these sort of games, and we're going to have to do it, aren't we? Rajendra says he was not offside when the ball was kicked. Yeah, I'm not sure if he was. I'm not really sure anyway. Terry says, Richard, well done again, mate. At least you can have a rest and drive Mrs. Me be mad at how good it was. Looking forward to the City game now more than ever. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing the City game. I think we'll rest some players. I think they'll rest some players. But we can certainly give as good as we get there, can't we now? I think we all know that. John said at least 2 more experienced signings, and it'll be an exciting one there. I want to see at least one more experienced signing, and then maybe another young player will be fine then. And then I think we'll probably have enough with Jesus getting fit again as well. So Regina says the view shown earlier was not when the ball was kicked for the pass. No, I don't even know what they were showing all the other view for. It was pointless, wasn't it? Anyway, doesn't matter. The goal was given. We've won 3-2. We are 5 points clear with a game in hand. We've got 50 points from 19 games. And yeah, it's going to be good. Terry says, looking forward to the BS on Match of the Day too. So, well, we'll see what happens on Match of the Day. Yeah, it's going to be interesting watch, isn't it? Which is very good. Yeah, it's a shame the women aren't playing to have rounded off the weekend even better, but it doesn't matter. We can just relax now after watching that, and hopefully we can all enjoy it, which I'm sure we will. So yes, it has finished here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 3, Man United 2. Wow, incredible stuff. And there's nothing better than a last-minute winner, is there, against Manchester United? John says they're looking forward to Match of the Day. Yeah, of course, we're all looking forward to Match of the Day, aren't we? We always do, and we've won. It makes it much better, doesn't it? And this season has been a lot to look forward to, a lot to enjoy. And that was a big moment for Arsenal, and a big moment in this title race, maybe. I think Manchester City would have been hoping we was going to drop some points today. But no, we've come through and we've won. And that is an interview with Eddie and Bukayo.
That could be a really significant win as well.
Yeah, definitely. You can see how much it means to everyone. They're the only team that's beat us this season. So, we really wanted to win today in front of our fans. And yeah, we know how big this win is for us. So that's how you can see. I'm so happy.
Eddie, was that desire shown in the pressure you put them under, particularly in the last 20?
Yeah, I think you could see how much we wanted to win, how bad we wanted it for ourselves, for our fans. So, yeah, we kept pushing and pushing, and thankfully we got the breakthrough.
Bukayo, you showed some character today as well. That's the earliest you've gone behind in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't easy. I think it definitely wasn't our best start to a game. But yeah, we showed a lot of character, so I'm happy with how we responded, and yeah, we got the win in the end.
And how happy are you, having accepted the challenge pre-match, to join that elite group of gentlemen, Freddie Ljungberg and Thierry Henry, to score 3 consecutive times against Manchester United?
Yes, I'm happy I accepted the challenge. Hello Freddie, hello Thierry. So yeah, I'm happy.
It was a beautiful goal, but how close were you to getting 2 today?
Oh yeah, I was so close, but I'm just happy, that I got that first one, and yeah, it gave me confidence to keep shooting. I think I had a lot of shots today, so yeah, next time hopefully another one will go in.
Eddie, you're already off the mark, but then you had a couple of half chances. Was it a case of just keep knocking on the door for you?
Yeah, it's just being alert, being around. You've got guys that be around you, chances are going to fall. So yeah, obviously I had one with the left on the swivel, keep it safe, which obviously would have been nice to go in. But yeah, I just kept going. I knew that if I was around and alert, the way we're playing, we'll get a chance. And thankfully I was able to take it.
Be honest, how agonising was it when I went to VAR?
You know what, me and V were speaking because I saw Martinez next to me, so I knew I thought I was on side. But when you see that purple screen come up, your heart always goes a bit. So now I'm thankful that when he was on side, I could see he was on side. Yeah.
That's halfway through the season now. 50 points. This is Arsenal's best ever start to a season. What's the significance of that?
Yeah, that's really significant, and it's definitely something we can be proud of. But we have to stay humble at the same time, because we have like you said, it's only halfway of the season. Things can change very quickly. But, the way we're playing now, if we continue like that, we'll be in a good place at the end of the season. So we just have to keep it up.
What's behind the way you're playing now?
Many things. I could be here for days explaining.
Give us a few.
Well, yeah, I think, of course, firstly, it's the belief we have, especially when we come to the Emirates, the way our fans are supporting us. I say again, we went 1-0 down, and you can see the fans cheering for us. They don't understand how much that does for us players. So that's one thing. And, yeah, definitely the way the coach is setting us up and the players we brought in, they've changed us a lot.
Fantastic stuff today. Mikhail, you were the player of the match. Eddie, you do the honours and hand it over, please.
Congratulations. Cheers, bro. We should actually share this, but
I'll leave you two to argue. Well done, guys.
I'll take the gold, man. No problem.
Brilliant stuff there from Eddie Nketiah and Bukayo Saka. The interview there. Saka's got man of the match. Could have gone to anybody, really, couldn't it? It was just a brilliant game. John says, I don't mean to go on, but having a player like Trossard come on is a boost to the team of fans. So exactly, yeah, just having someone on the bench like that you can bring on, and that you've got players who can win you a game. And that's so good, isn't it? Mark says, fills my heart with joy to know Fergie was there watching. Yeah, it is nice to see when we beat him, obviously. Regendra says that was really exciting, like the FA Cup finals in the 1970 and 75. We beat him, was it 75? Right? It was 79 we beat Man United in the final 3-2. That was a last-minute goal as well, wasn't it? That won it that day. No VAR needed on that particular occasion, as we know. Regendra says, Eddie, next time you're a hat-trick v Man United. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Just 2 today will do. John says, Nketiah has proven his worth. He's an ideal goal poacher. He is a goal poacher, yeah. And Terry says, 78, 79, 3-2. That's right, yeah, 79 FA Cup final. But yeah, brilliant stuff today. That was there from Arsenal. Come from behind and won the game 3-2. It's finished here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. Marcus Rashford gave Manchester United the lead midway through the first half. Eddie Nketiah headed Arsenal level before half time, and then in the second half, Bukayo Saka fired Arsenal ahead. Man United equalised when Lisandro Martinez headed home after Aaron Ramsdale had flapped out a corner. But in the very last minute, Eddie Nketiah popped up with the winner, and Arsenal go 5 points clear with a game in hand, 50 points on the board already. John says, Alan Sunderland scored the winner. He did. And Terry says, Alan Sunderland. I remember that, of course, back in the day. But today it's all about Eddie Nketiah. It was his last-minute winner that's beaten Manchester United at the Emirates today. We are 5 points clear with a game in hand. It's good, isn't it? Brilliant stuff. What a game. What a great advert for the Premier League, and also what a great mentality shown from this Arsenal side as well. Great stuff. So we'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, with the Arsenal review, looking back on this fantastic game, looking ahead to Manchester City in the Cup, looking at the transfers, all the new players that's come in. Loads of great stuff to talk about tomorrow at 8 o'clock, so please join us for that. Melvin's in on Wednesday, Highbury Matters, 86 to 88. We're going to be looking at, wow, great time that was, George Graham's early years at the club. So that's on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got the Watchalong, the Arsenal women against Aston Villa in the Continental Cup. That kicks off at 7:45, so we'll be live at 7:30 for that one. Jordan Nobbs returns to Meadow Park. And then Friday, we've got 2 shows for you. The Arsenal Women's Weekly at 6:30. And then at 7:45, we are back with the Arsenal versus Manchester City Watchalong in the FA Cup. 4th round, that is on Friday, kick off at 8 o'clock. So loads coming up this week. And then next Sunday, the Arsenal women in the FA Cup against Leeds at Meadow Park. That game kicks off at 2 o'clock, so we'll be live at 1:45 next Sunday, weather permitting, of course. Hopefully it'll be, it's meant to be a little bit warmer this week, so we should get the games played. So that's it for today then. Please join us for one of the shows this week. I'm back tomorrow with the Arsenal review. Regendra says that Eddie is now our striker and he's learning from Jesus. Here he is. Mark says, adios, Richard. And yourself, mate. Take it easy. Hopefully see you tomorrow for the show. John says, cheers, Richard. Telling everyone in the chat. Indeed. Mark C says, Gary Neville's face. Classic. I've not seen him yet, actually. Where's Gary Neville? I've not seen him. I'll have to look out for him later. I'm sure he'll be having him. Roy Keane don't look too happy. That's good. Terry says, is Neil on the show tomorrow? I can't wait to see what he has to say. I think he should be. Hopefully he will. I'm just confirming the panel. later on the season, but hopefully Neil will be on. I'm sure he'll be in a good mood, won't he? As we all are. Well, it's going to be a great positive show tomorrow, isn't it? So join us for that 8 o'clock. It's been a brilliant game here, hasn't it? Absolutely brilliant stuff. What more could you want really from a Sunday afternoon? Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. A last-minute winner from Eddie Nketiah. What a great game. And, yeah, brilliant stuff. And well done, Leandro Trossard. What a debut from him. Great to see him on the pitch at the end there, helping us create the winning goal as well, which is good to see. So, yeah, take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Not much of it left, but it's going to be good, isn't it, what is left of it? 5 points clear. 50 points. Incredible, isn't it? You know, Arsenal have that song, don't they? 49, you know, the 49 unbeaten run and all that kind of stuff. But now it's 50, isn't it? 50 points at the halfway stage. Let's see if we can do it. 100 points. Don't worry about winning the league. That's in the bag. Let's get 100 points, because that's all Man City keeps saying. Oh, we got 100 points. Yeah, well, we might get 100 points and all. We might get more. Who knows? We might have a better second half. But, you know, you've got to think the Europa League is going to kick back in again. There's going to be more games to play. And I just think that we'll see what happens. But let's just win the league. Don't worry about 100 points. I'm not bothered. It'll be good, though, wouldn't it? Terry says, Richard, have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Gunners. Yes, indeed. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you at 8 o'clock tomorrow for the review. It's going to be a happy show, isn't it? Let's be honest. I think it's going to be another happy show. We've had a few, haven't we? It's going to be a happy show. So join us for that if you can. We will see you then. Thanks for watching. It finished Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. What a game. What an evening. We are off to enjoy the rest of our weekend. Take it easy, guys. We will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, as always, come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners. 5 points clear. Let's go. See you later, guys. Real Martinelli. It's now with Granit Xhaka. Is it going to be the third goal? It is the third goal. Granit Xhaka with it. That seals it.